Hello, everyone. Welcome to History with Hersafat. I'm your host, Chris, aka Hersafat. Today on the podcast, we'll be continuing, albeit a bit later, our discussion of the decade that was the 2010s with the year 2018. The views shared on this podcast come from your everyday, ordinary people. My hope is that it'll give a unique perspective on history. For future podcasts, future being now a relative term, 2019 and work part one, a series where we focus on different people's jobs and funny stories from said jobs and interesting stories or just different lines of work and work in general, what it's like to work in the 21st century and all the pitfalls of that. And for those that listen to our podcast via Spotify, Apple, or Google, which I don't think, which one of those, I think it's Google's no longer around. But we also have a YouTube. We also have a YouTube channel showcasing its number of top-notch videos highlighting some borderline funny moments from our podcast for your viewing pleasure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Back with us once again is Brad and Nick. Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. Good to hear from you again. Hey,
what's up?
What's up? All right, we'll just get straight into it. I mean, well, before
we're back,
I guess
finally
we're back.
We are back 6 months almost.
Well, it was a 6-month world tour. Is what we were on.
Yeah, that's
sure.
That's what it was. Absolutely. Yeah. It was a whole range of things that caused this. We're wondering if we were ever going to do it anymore, and we decided, we're continue with it, and we're gonna keep going with it, obviously, since we're back. And I think the next decade we're going to be doing is the 70s, and that should be a lot of fun. I look forward to that. So it's going to be shorter episodes, I believe, for the 70s. There isn't as many different things to talk about necessarily. Maybe not.
Like we could talk a lot about the music at least.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. But anyway, we'll get right into our weird news of the week. Great to be back. And our weird news of the week comes from our good friends at the New York Post. The title of the article is "I breastfeed my 7 dolls and care for them like they're real babies. I don't care what haters think."
Yeah, fuck the haters.
Okay.
She's doing the best she can.
Fucks. God damn it, dude. God damn it.
I think it was a mistake bringing back the podcast.
Yeah,
it's a mistake with the
New
York.
We're just going to end it here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening in. We'll see you another 6 months. But yeah, Kelly Cunningham has always wanted to be a mother, but without a baby of her own, the New York native is breastfeeding her dolls. The Ronkonkoma resident bought a reborn doll for her 27th birthday and says she quickly felt her material instincts kick in. "I just couldn't help but want to care for Jennifer like a real child," Cunningham, now 29, told caterers of her beloved lifelike doll. "I can't explain how it happened, but I suddenly got so attached to her and spent that week buying her clothes and eventually her own bed that sits next to the end of my bed in my room. My dad explained to me it was normal to have that desire to be a parent now that I'm in my late 20s, so I didn't really question why I love these dolls so much like real children." Cunningham isn't the only one to become emotionally attached to the dolls. Reborn dolls are known to be used as a form of therapy to provide a sense of comfort and connection for people struggling with infertility, infant loss, or dementia. Over the past few years, I should say, Cunningham has continued to add to her collection and now cares for 7 reborn dolls. There's a picture of the dolls here, and they are creepy.
Yeah, creepy. I've seen a couple in real life. Those reborn dolls. Yeah, they weird me out.
Yeah, that is.
A lady brought one to work, and I wanted to throw it in the garbage disposal. She's like, "No, this doll was $500." She said, "It's
Holy
like, oh
shit,
$500, something like that." Yeah, they're really expensive.
Fuck me. All right. Although she's done,
I imagine there's just some sort of like. Sorry, I just imagine there's some sort of like foster home of these kinds of dolls.
Yeah.
Reborn dolls.
Reborn foster home dolls. Yeah. Use of taxpayer money. Excellent. Although she's done research into the reborn community, the doll mama has upset some with her care tactics, especially by pretend breastfeeding. "I did my research with the reborn community, so I already knew that breastfeeding a doll was frowned upon." I don't think you need to do much research with that. I think you just that's pretty basic. Looking back on it, I should have kept it to myself because I made a lot of people mad admitting it. The way I see it, it's just a doll I'm breastfeeding. I never understood why a woman's boobs are so sexual that it's frowned upon to talk about it. If I was breastfeeding a real baby, no one would say anything because it's a real fucking kid. So why do people get so mad because I admitted I breastfeed? For her older doll children, Cunningham concocts a fake formula, as she says that real baby formula in the reborn community is a big no-no. Oh my God, she brings them to fucking breakfast? Or is that like on a train or a subway? That's bizarre. That's bizarre.
Like all of them? Like she got them like in cribs and shit?
I think, no, at least...
Or not cribs, they're like strollers and shit?
Maybe. I mean, obviously we're going to link the article here with in the description, but it looks like a picture of this lady and she's on what looks like a train, or maybe it's just a funky seating type thing for some restaurant, and she's got her doll out there and she's got a few paper plates, so it looks like they're probably sitting around a table. Wow. Cunningham has herself been dressing up in various costumes known as cosplay for more than a decade. She recently decided to dress up her dolls too. I remember I had the idea maybe 2 months ago now to start making both reborn TikToks and cosplay TikToks. With my very first reborn videos, I didn't want to jinx it, but I had a feeling the videos would make me more viral than my cosplay TikToks, she enthused. Ever since I was little, I always dreamed of being famous for something. I always dreamed of success. Fucking creepy, man. Creepy dolls. Cunningham reborn dolls have helped her achieve that. She currently has 23.7 thousand followers on TikTok, where she shares videos of herself caring for the dolls and connecting with the reborn community. Now, I think, if anything, that's just more of a haunting curiosity, or morbid curiosity, I should say, with people. I'm guessing most of those 23.7K. However, it's harder to avoid the judgmental stares and rude whispers when she's out with dolls in real life. Go shit. When I'm out with my dolls in public, people stare at me until I'm out of sight. It started when I took Jen, to the park 30 minutes away on foot so I could keep losing weight, she admitted. I saw everyone in their cars looking at me, and I felt bad about myself at first. However, buoyed by her social media fame, Cunningham has found confidence. When I'm in public, she explained, I don't care what people think. And that's it. That is the article. Thoughts besides the ones that we've already given?
Well, if they're reborn dolls, they look really realistic. So how can people tell that they're fake?
That's a good point. Maybe they did get a little close up. I mean, they do look realistic, but if you get close enough to them, you can tell.
I mean, I guess they not a real. They don't move or anything. So.
Right? They don't breathe. They don't fucking breathe. Right?
What would be a good prank is to have one of those dolls and then like rip it out of the stroller and start shaking it violently.
Oh my god!
Actions. You probably go to jail regardless. But I don't know.
Possibly disturbing the peace or something.
Yeah,
something at least. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're like downtown in the middle.
It's just a prank.
Ridiculous.
It's a reborn baby. It's just a prank.
Could you imagine if someone's like her apartment's on fire or something like that? She's like, save my babies. And they go in there and it's fucking dolls. Like, where's Jen? Where's the kid? My babies. There's Jen right there. What are you talking about? It's the doll. It's the fucking doll. I don't know. Yeah.
It's just, honestly, it sounds just like a really lonely woman and who really wants children and who might have some sort of mental disorder. That's what it seems like, right?
I mean, that's kind of the purpose of those dolls, really.
Yeah.
It's like therapeutic for some people.
Well, I guess, maybe it is. Maybe it's saving her from being horrible or doing something crazy, or maybe this is the best case scenario. Who knows?
Sure.
Who knows? All right.
Hell of a story.
We'll leave the audience to come up with their own opinion about it.
Yeah, it's all up for interpretation.
Yeah, let them draw their own conclusions. Yes. Leave in the comments below, what do you think of the woman who breastfeeds dolls in New York City? Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you. We will now move on to our timeline section of the podcast with the timeline of the year 2018.
This is going to be a tough play. The Cubs with the World Series.
The Occupy Wall Street movement is reaching a flashpoint.
Carl!
There have been 2 explosions today at the Boston Marathon. 2 explosions near the finish line just a short while ago.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Obama! Court making same-sex legal.
Steve Jobs, the visionary founder and leader of Apple Computer, has died at the age of 56.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Thousands of women around the world spoke out against sexual harassment using just 2 words, Me Too.
Eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
President Trump has just been impeached on both Article 1, abuse of power, and on Article 2, obstruction of Congress.
And on January 24th, scientists in China report in the journal Cell the creation of the first monkey clones using somatic cell nuclear transfer named Zhongzhong and Huahua. Within the first 24 days, the monkeys learned to speak and write in Chinese, far outpacing expectations from scientists. As of last week, they've officially opened a tea stand in the market district in Beijing. They're doing well today and hope to do some traveling in the future. On February 2nd, Justin Timberlake releases his first... What? What's up?
Yeah, is there a problem with what you just heard, Nick?
Yeah.
What's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. It's a nice little story.
Okay.
Yeah, leave the monkeys alone. Let them have their tea stand.
Come on now.
Monkey at a tea stand. Okay.
Yeah, in Beijing. They're doing well. They're doing well. All right.
I don't think they're doing well. There's no way.
Some monkey news for you.
Yeah.
All right. February 2nd, Justin Timberlake releases his first album in 5 years, Man of the Woods. Man of the Woods was critically hailed as a masterpiece of modern music. The album consisted of Justin simulating sex with a bear, having the listener listen to his high-pitched moaning, followed by deep bear growls with some rustling bushes thrown in. On March 9th, President of the United States Donald Trump accepts an invitation from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un for a meeting in May to discuss the denuclearization of North Korea, and which one of them had the bigger collection of My Little Ponies. April 18th, cinemas opened in Saudi Arabia for the first time since 1983, with the American film Black Panther chosen as the first to be screened. The second film, Ghost Dad. May 31st.
Shut the fuck up.
What a double feature that is.
Gotta save the best for last.
Shortly after that, the cinemas closed down in Saudi Arabia for another 40 years. May 31st, 2018, the U.S. announces that it will extend its tariffs on imported steel and aluminum to include the EU, European Union, Mexico, and Canada, starting at midnight. Like some evil corporation in a goddamn action flick. June 8th, CNN host Anthony Bourdain is found dead in France of a suicide, abruptly ending his CNN series Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown. The network announced a tribute special to air that night and Parts Unknown marathons over the weekend. I'm going to stop there for a second. Do you guys ever watch any Anthony Bourdain stuff?
Anthony Bourdain?
Very little, actually.
Yeah.
He seemed like my kind of guy, though, really.
He did. I figured you'd have something to say about it.
No, not really.
Fucking Brad, god damn it!
Sorry, I need to
incredibly
watch
vague. I can't really put a face to the name.
He seemed like an interesting guy. It seems like something I would like to watch too. He goes all over and tries, there's a famous quote by him that a lot of people post from time to time. It's about like, go to the bar and drink, tall beer. Go eat the giant plate of something else. Go to a dive kitchen or a family run business that you don't see. Talk with your neighbor, that sort of thing, and embrace life in this way. A lot of people talk about that, but Anthony, I was shocked to hear that he committed suicide. Which, I mean,
was he the chef?
Yeah, he was a chef.
Yeah, he was a chef.
Okay, yeah, I know him. Yeah,
he had a lot of drug problems, alcohol problems.
Right,
just like this hardened by the world chef.
He has a really interesting story, and there's a movie, a documentary called something about it. It's about psilocybin tripping. Have a nice trip.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Have a nice trip. And he has a story that he talks about. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's him and a buddy, like meet some girls, or maybe it's prostitutes, and they're in a hotel room, and they all just start tripping out on like mushrooms and ayahuasca or something like that. And the girl like overdoses on the floor, and they have to like help her resuscitate, and they're freaking out because when it's a whole thing. So
yeah, that's crazy.
It was a crazy trip for
That's
him.
a nightmare.
Yeah,
I mean that could scar you for life, even outside of the whole thing. In sobriety.
Oh yeah. So I mean, that's a really good documentary. I recommend watching that. So yeah. All right, we'll move on ahead. July 22nd, in an appearance on Showtime's Who is America, Georgia state lawmaker Jason Spencer exposes his bare buttocks, imitates a Chinese tourist using racial stereotypes, and repeatedly yells the N-word, all at the urging of a character portrayed by series star Sacha Baron Cohen. After facing backlash from Georgia's Speaker of the House and Governor, Spencer apologized for what he described as a ridiculously ugly episode, but refused to step down, saying that the show's producers exploited his state of mind for profit and notoriety. He announced his resignation on July 24th, stating in a letter to the House Speaker it would take effect at month's end. I remember that. I remember watching that. I remember thinking, like, this guy's really going to try and hold on to his job after that. That whole series, that Who is America, that Sacha Baron, that was wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh man, I think he even got Bernie Sanders on there too, and Bernie was just kind of like looking at him like, "What the hell? Who is this guy?"
Yep.
Oh my god, that's a good one. All right, on August 2nd, Apple becomes the world's first public company to achieve a market capitalization of $1 trillion, built upon the backs of migrant children. September 24th, at age 92, James Lipton steps down as host of Inside the Actors Studio. James Lipton's 10 questions he would ask every guest would eventually be adopted by the award-winning, universally beloved podcast History with Hersafat, where it become world-renowned. That is where
don't remind me of those 10 questions.
Yeah.
I still want a redo.
Too late.
Yeah, we should do like a compilation. We should do like a video of all the 10 questions we did.
Oh no, let's not do that.
That'd be great.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. That would not be a bad idea.
Whatever.
We'll make sure to highlight Brad's.
Whatever it is.
We'll put Brad's volumes at like 100%. You know.
Yeah, you'll put me 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
in the video.
Yeah. You'll be in the thumbnail.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Brad reveal.
On October 30th, NASA's Kepler Space Telescope mission ends after the spacecraft runs out of fuel and crashes into the sea. On November 28th, a Chinese scientist at a public conference in Hong Kong announces that he has altered the DNA of twin human girls born earlier in the month to try and make them resistant to infection with the HIV virus. He also revealed the possible second pregnancy of another gene-modified baby, but was waiting on newly appointed head scientists Zhang Zhong and Wal Hua to confirm the pregnancy. On December,
good to know they're still doing well.
On December 22nd, the United States government enters a second government shutdown arising over a dispute over the funding for the U.S.-Mexico border wall. The shutdown, which lasted until January 25th, 2019, is the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. But it was all worth it, as in within the next month, the wall between Mexico and the United States would be completed. As of today, it stands as a massive architectural achievement and a modern take on the phrase, "Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses," with "stay the fuck out." And with that, we'll do it for our timeline of the year 2018. Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. All right, that was fun. Haven't done that in a while. All right. With that, we'll now move on to our next section, and we'll change gears here. We'll move to our movie section of the podcast with the movies of 2018.
Now is not the time for fear. That comes later.
Sell me this fucking pen right here.
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool? You?
$1 billion.
It was perfect.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Take your hands off my lobby boy!
Chewie. We're home.
Look at me, sure.
I'm the captain now.
Why do you like it?
Because he gets on base.
Not quite my tempo.
Avengers!
Assemble.
And for the top 10 movies in terms of gross for the year of 2018, coming in at number 10 is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I feel like I watched part of it.
What crimes? I wonder.
Because I was forced to.
I feel like the film itself is possibly a crime.
That's like it's the Harry Potter extended universe, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. That's what that is.
Yeah,
Cool.
so coming in at number 9 is Deadpool 2.
Oh, I never saw Deadpool 2.
Oh, it was pretty funny.
I saw the newest one at Deadpool Wolverine, but I haven't seen Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I never watched any of them, man.
How was it, Brad?
It was very entertaining. A lot of fourth wall breaking. You know, it's a Deadpool movie.
No, I don't know. That's why I want you to tell me, Brad. For fuck's sake.
People know what I'm talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. Can't cut. All right, we're going back.
All right. All
forget.
right. So for number 8,
we're off to a strong start here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In terms of gross for the 2018, number 8 is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Hell yeah. A great movie.
You saw I didn't watch it. Was it good?
Yeah. All those newer Mission Impossible movies are excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only actually ever seen the first one. I've never seen any of the other ones.
Okay, well, 2 is kind of a piece of shit. 3 is kind of boring, but 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and Fallout. Yeah. Yeah, all really well done. Lot of cool spy stuff, a lot of awesome stunts, a shit ton of Tom Cruise running at full speed, which is kind of funny looking.
I gotta check him out then.
Fallout has a Henry Cavill. Well, I don't want to spoil it. There's a hilarious kind of thing where he gets like knocked down and he gets up and it looks like he's like reloading his arms. Like, I'm making the gesture, but no one can see me.
Right.
I heard the so I knew what you're talking about.
Yeah, it looks like he's reloading his arms so he can like fight some more, like some fisticuffs.
Now, the first Mission Impossible I really liked, especially growing up. The second one was shite garbage, just a shitty fucking John Woo movie, just terrible. Terrible soundtrack, terrible Metallica song, terrible Limp Bizkit cover for.
I think we already talked about this.
Yeah, it sucks. It's a really bad movie. Now, the third movie, is that the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yes, it is.
I like that one. I think that one is what brought it back. Because I think it was such a disaster after the second movie that if the third one didn't have a good, because I think it's critically well, thumbs up there from critics, and financially it did okay too. So that's why they kept going. But yeah, I watched the next one after that, Mission Impossible 4 or whatever the hell it is, and then like half of the one after that, and then I kind of stopped. I was trying to do like a Mission Impossible like. Not marathon necessarily, but just, I've seen that. Let's watch the next movie eventually. All right. But I just kind of got tired of it. But yeah, I remember the last thing I remember watching was Tom Cruise using those magnets on the outside of the building to climb like 30 stories. And he's legitimately doing it. And it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's what I remember like hearing or, about those films, that him doing his like own stunts and stuff.
Yeah, it's
which
fucking
is
crazy.
Pretty awesome, man. Because like the only person I knew that would like do their own stunts regularly and they were crazy stunts was Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
and I love Jackie Chan. I love those movies are so cheesy, but they're fucking great because he does those. He does that shit. Like you watch it, you're like, no fucking way you did that. You did.
Yep.
They all did. There's all these stunt guys doing that shit on those movies. Yeah. But besides the point, number 7. Okay, number 7 in terms of gross, 2018, the movie Venom.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, with Tom Hardy? Never saw it.
No, never saw it. Never wanted to see it. I thought it was a joke.
Never saw it either. But number 7, came in at number 7 for highest grossing. Yeah. It was maybe, I guess, just the name, just the fact that it's,
it's in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's another Marvel thing. Yeah.
Right. So coming in at number 6. Is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is that
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Is that the Freddie Mercury? Like the guy who plays Freddie Mercury? Is that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
what's that guy's name?
Biopic.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I never saw it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I never watched it either, but I've been wanting to watch it.
Rami Malek.
I've
heard mixed reviews.
Yeah. Me too. I've heard mixed reviews as well. I watched Rocket Man. I think it was the Elton John one.
Oh, I did not like that.
I had some problems with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that. I was so disappointed in that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we had nothing to say about that movie.
Number 5. God, honestly, guys, all of these movies. When I did this, I haven't seen any of these movies.
Yeah.
These top 10. Like
just wait till we get Wait till we get to music. I haven't listened to any of this bullshit music.
Right. So number 5 in terms of gross, Aquaman.
Fuck me, no. I never saw that
yeah.
either. I don't give a shit.
Nope. Yeah, with Khal
Right.
Drogo.
He was like the worst superhero. He was the worst one.
Right.
It's like
exactly.
Hawkman, Hawkeye, or whatever. Hawkeye.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye. He just shoots arrows.
Yeah, he's just a dude.
Right. You just exactly. You get yourself a bow and arrow at Walmart, you're Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a cheap Halloween costume.
Right. For number 4 is Incredibles 2. I never watched the first one and never saw the second one.
I never saw the second one. I watched the first one. I've seen it a couple of times. I just don't care. It's not for me. I'm not in that demographic. You know.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2 comes out, and it's not like when is it coming out? Oh my god.
Right, yeah,
Cancel all plans. Fucking Incredibles 2. I'm there.
Man, what's wrong with Chris?
Good
He's all psyched. He's all psyched about Incredibles 2.
Really
right? Yeah, that's why don't I just start breastfeeding dolls at that point? Go on.
Yeah, well. So number 3. So we're at the top 3 now. The top 3 movies in terms of gross.
And these are the best, top in terms of gross. Okay.
No, these are terms of gross. So yeah, these people went and paid to see all of this shit. Number 3, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh god damn.
Man, I forgot they even brought. Yeah, I forgot there even was a Jurassic World series of movies.
The Jurassic World one, I mean, it's not great, but it's better than Jurassic Park 3, I think. But that's not saying much. This one's worse than Jurassic Park 3, I think.
Right.
Fallen Kingdom or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not good. Yeah. Not good.
Man, remember the first Jurassic Park? That's a fucking movie right there.
Oh yeah. That's a classic. That's an absolute classic.
That's cinema.
They should have just stopped.
Yeah, they really should have.
One movie, that's it. It would have been epic.
Yep.
Yeah, but why
Still
one
is,
movie
but...
when you could make like 7 and just milk it, get that sweet money?
I tell you why. I tell you why they keep making them, because it's fucking number 3. Was it number 3 or was it 4? What number was this one?
No,
Jurassic
Fallen Kingdom?
Yeah.
Would this be technically the 5th one?
No, I mean like in terms of gross, where did it land in the top 10?
Oh, I see. This is number 3.
Yeah, this is the third highest grossing.
That's why.
So that's why they keep making them. Yep.
Right. That makes sense. Exactly. And you'll see when we get to number 1, you'll also be like, oh, well, of course, that's why they keep making those shitty goddamn movies too. Number 2 is Black Panther. Did you guys watch Black Panther?
No,
but the Saudis did.
That's true.
Yeah. I never watched Black Panther. I know you're supposed to watch Black Panther, especially if you're a black guy or a black person, or African American guy, person thing. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, you should. Yeah. You need to. You need to watch Black Panther. Apparently, that was the joke there, the meme or whatever's going on. Like, if you're black and you haven't watched it, you're not a real black person. You know. You're not black, and like you see, like you're not black enough. They're not black. Like there's an old Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will and Carlton go to a fraternity and they try and get into the fraternity, and the real African-centric or whatever, I can't remember the name of the title, but Will gets in, but Carlton is told that he's not black enough. And if you didn't watch Black Panther, you weren't black enough, something like that. But I never watched it all because I'm not black. So
no.
I mean, by honestly, by that time I was so sick of Marvel kind of movies at that point. I just didn't give a shit. So I'm assuming the next one you're going to love the first one, because I can only guess. Can I guess? Endgame Part 2.
Endgame Part 2. No.
Okay. Damn.
Unless I don't know. I'm only saying that in a question form because I don't know anything about any of this stuff. Maybe that's what they call it. But number 1 is Avengers Infinity War.
I think that's the first one. Infinity War Part 1? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can't remember.
No idea.
Let me look that up real quick. Infinity War.
Yes, it is.
It's Part 1?
The first part of the film is short
the first
to
one.
Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Part 1.
Right. So, okay. They keep making these movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just never gonna end, and they're not good. None of it's good.
I feel like
It's
they're
just
starting to falter now a little bit.
eye candy.
Oh man. Yeah.
And-
Well, okay. So here's what I'll be honest here. I liked this movie. I liked it. I thought it had a really good ending to it, and it left things open. The sequel to this movie, the more I've watched it as the years have gone by, I like it less and less. It became too, well, it's hard to really put into words. Like certain people have to be together, and it's kind of like meeting a mark, like a checking a box sort of deal, as opposed to actually creating a cohesive story. I don't know. I liked the first one. The thing is, the truth is that the Marvel Universe thing should have just ended after the second movie of this, after this part 2, Infinity War part 2.
And now was that the one where with the whole Thanos stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, where people die at the end. Right.
This is the first one of that. Yeah.
So I remember working at I think it was at Burger King at one point. This person was really into this stuff, and this was around the time these movies came out, right? And they were super into it. They wanted to tell me all about it, and like I had all the time on my hands, because like all I had to do was work. So it's like I need to chat at the time go by, So I was like, okay, I'm never gonna watch these movies. You might as well just tell me what they are. And so he told me all of it, and I couldn't believe the fact that they kill them off, but they also then bring them back, so it doesn't matter at all. It's just like this grab, like it's just stupid.
Yes and no.
It's just
yes
so
and no.
bad.
They killed people off. They brought back some, and other people had to die in the second movie in order for the resolution to happen. So, to give an example, Spider-Man, what the hell's his name? Tom
Tobey
Holland.
Maguire?
No, he's one of them. Yeah, you're right.
Peter Parker.
I almost said that.
Spider-Man, the real.
These
Spider-Man.
are all correct answers, but not what I'm looking for. Tom Holland, he dies at the end of Infinity War Part 1, right?
Yeah, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. And he dissipates into dust. In the second movie, Tony Stark dies, so he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Stark's actually dead. He's not in the series. Black, what the hell's what's her name? The other, just a dude, but like a girl who's like a super secret agent. Black Widow. She dies. She dies as well. Yeah. Somebody else fucking dies too. And half the people on the planet there's a number of people that didn't actually come back. They just stayed dead. So there are some people that that's it. They're gone. But they brought back all the really, really popular ones that they can build franchises around. So that was nice. That was nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. But anyway, like I said, I think that they should have ended after the second part of this movie. But it hasn't, and it's only continuing on. It's just it's too much.
I gotta be honest with you. I think it should have ended in the boardroom. No one should have ever greenlit any of this crap to come through. So I'm gonna move on to the personal film selections of 2018.
Okay.
My own personal film selections of 2018, because that would then conclude the top 10 of highest grossing films. So my first one that I want to talk about is this Wes Anderson film, The Isle of Dogs.
Oh, I love that movie.
I'm sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure you guys have seen this movie.
Yeah, I saw it once. It was okay.
Oh wait,
okay.
I'm thinking of a different movie. I don't think I actually ever saw this one.
Really, the claymation one?
Nope, never saw it.
Yeah, it's claymation with a bunch of dogs.
Ah, dude,
I haven't seen any of his claymation films. I never saw Fantastic Mr. Fox either.
What?
That's an awesome film too.
Yeah. No, I never watched it.
Movie. Yeah.
However, I did watch Asteroid City, and I really like that.
Yeah, that's a great film.
No, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
Another personal pick of mine is Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, best documentary of the year, unless you say something else. That's incredible.
Okay, that's the documentary. What's the one with Tom Hanks?
Oh.
Where Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, give me a second here.
I think that's A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood then, probably?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Won't You Be My Neighbor was just the documentary.
Right.
Okay, yes, excellent. I've seen it.
It was awesome.
I've seen them both, actually.
The thing is, I've only seen Won't You Be My Neighbor once, and it just stuck out so much because it's fucking Mr. Rogers. And now that since I had been writing this, I've been wanting to watch some of these again.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be giving that "Won't You Be My Neighbor" a rewatch here very soon.
I think with "Won't You Be My Neighbor," I mean, you learn about his humble beginnings in Pittsburgh as a small little PBS station sort of deal, where they had at one point when they knew they had something big, Mr. Rogers' team, they got just one day, bring your kids and get to meet Mr. Rogers, and they think maybe a handful of kids will show up. It was a line around the block twice over. It was an insane amount of kids. And the way that he talks to children, the way he talks to everybody, not just children, but just people in general, I think he was a little bit fucking crazy. And I think you have to be that nice.
Right. Yeah.
To be that nice, to be that understanding, to be that caring, you have to have a screw loose. He doesn't ever seem to get angry. He doesn't ever seem to get mad. He doesn't ever seem to be like terribly upset about anything. He just always, the sun is shining, the world is spinning. I love everybody, and everybody deserves a hug. That sort of thing. Yeah, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. And Mr. Rogers is a groundbreaking show on a number of different things, a number of different ways. When it came to, he did not give a shit when it came to like segregation. He had the cop in the neighborhood. He was a black fellow. I don't remember his name, but he washed his feet in the pool with Mr. Rogers. And at that time, there's segregation where black people weren't allowed in pools with white people. And Mr. Rogers is saying, "Fuck you. That's bullshit." Watch this.
There was actually that incident that happened where that person like put acid in the pool or something like that.
Yeah,
it was something crazy, right? Yep. And that was like around the same time, and it was because he was making a message, right? He's sending a message. Mr. Rogers was sending a message.
Delivered it on a trolley. Yeah. I mean, he spoke out on the Vietnam War. When John F. Kennedy got shot, or maybe it was Martin Luther King. When I can't remember what was that, but he made a mention to talk about it because he knew that it was going to be on the news and the kids weren't going to quite understand what was going on. So who's thinking of the children here? And that people
he did the 9/11 too.
He did 9/11 exactly. Yeah. So after 9/11, he came out of retirement to address the nation. Mr. Rogers.
Well, he didn't do 9/11, but he
after 9/11 happened, he came out and addressed the nation and was like, everything's going to be all right, all that stuff. And just an amazing human being. I mean, honestly, just if there were only more people like Mr. Rogers, like he was a unique,
he was like a individual. Yogi.
He
was kind of like a spiritual guru in a way, like,
honestly,
without even meaning to be, and that's what made him the what? Oh God! Now I'm like wanting to quote Dune.
But he's like it's a lot of his stuff is grounded because he wanted to be a preacher growing up. He was idea that he wanted to be a preacher, but he found that he really liked TV. He really liked doing programs for children and stuff like that. So, he had some puppets like Daniel the Tiger, his famous puppet Daniel. That's basically Mr. Rogers as a kid now. And so he has some weird quirks because he'd bring out those fucking puppets at dinner time and talk to his kids. When he was feeling mad, he'd bust out a puppet and be like, "You need to do the dishes, you little shit," and he'd be like, "That's not me, it's the puppet," but it's just like, that's not that bad, but like he clearly had something off about him. I will maintain this, but man, what a person. I mean, I think I'll stop here and I'll let you continue on, but the last thing I want to mention, because I always think about this, is there's a kid in the wheelchair. He had like a horrible disease that has left his muscles and body just disfigured. And he's I think it's like that muscular dystrophy and stuff like that. So he was on Mr. Rogers when he was a real little guy, and Fred did not even remotely treat him even shade different, and got up close and like held his hand and like sang a song with him, and he sang with Mr. Rogers, and he remembered that kid. 20 years later, he received a lifetime achievement award.
That's right.
And that kid came out on stage to deliver to him, and you would have thought that he saw his best friend in the entire world that he hadn't seen in 40 years. His eyes lit up, the biggest smile in the world. He couldn't even go in the aisle. He climbed over the seats to climb on stage to go say hello to that kid. He didn't give a fuck about anybody in the audience. He just talked to that kid. And it was just like, wow, what a person. Yeah. Amazing. All right, go on.
I love that. I just want to, like, before we move on, unless Brad, you have anything more to say about like Mr.
You guys
Rogers.
have said it. You guys have said anything I wanted to say, so
right.
I can't think of anything to add.
I do just want to add one thing. It's just another great thing that Mr. Rogers did. He got funding to continue his show on cable, and he delivered like a speech through a song that he made to the judge or I don't know who it was, maybe like a congressman or senator or something.
It was a senator.
I don't you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I think it was a senator. Yeah. And they decided to do the funding because it actually touched the guy's heart. And he seemed to be like kind of like a tough guy, you know?
He was the main proponent for shutting down funding for PBS. He was the one who wanted to do it. Rogers,
So Mr. Rogers won this guy over
in real time.
Like in real time. And you can see it, and it's calm and it's precise, and it's just awesome, man. And it's just awesome. You could see just how genuine he is, and it's such a rare thing, to be genuine these days. And he's the biggest. Like, it's so obvious. Now, so yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to add that before we moved on.
I made me think, because that line is, "What do you do with the anger that you feel?" is a line straight from a child's mouth.
Right.
It's a question he asked Mr. Rogers, and he turned it into a song.
Right.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I love the guy's response. I think it's wonderful. I think it's terrific.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I think you just got yourself the funding, sir. And even Mr. Rogers can't believe it. He's like, really?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Did I just do that?
Shit.
I could have asked for more.
Right? Yeah, 100 million.
We don't want. We don't want a Mr. Rogers who's fucking mad with power.
It's fucking Mr. Rogers fucking megalopolis, dude.
Yeah, it's
the trolley to death. Land of make believe. Sorry,
becomes dictator of the world, and we're all forced to wear sweaters. And...
Right.
Everyone has to be very calm and happy all the time.
Everyone talks with puppets. Go on.
It's kind of like when Ned Flanders became ruler of the world on that Simpsons episode.
I don't remember that. Was that a Halloween episode? All right, go on.
Yes, it was a Halloween episode.
I gotta move on, guys.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. So another personal pick of mine for 2018 is the movie The Sisters Brothers. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie or not.
Never even heard of it.
It's John C. Reilly.
You've told me to watch this.
Joaquin Phoenix. It has what's his name? There's another guy, I can't think of his name, but it's a really nice, cool Western. It's like kind of like a dark comedy, really good story. I think I consider it like a hidden gem. It didn't really get the best reviews when it comes to like critics or audience reviews, but I really liked it. I think it's definitely at least worth one watch.
I'll try and remember that. Is it streaming anywhere that you can think of?
I mean, maybe Netflix. I'm not sure.
I'll check on Prime.
Yeah, definitely. Great movie. I liked it. So another really good Western of that year, but actually it's way better than The Sisters Brothers. And I love this movie. I've seen it twice already. And you and I actually watched it together, Chris. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh yeah, the Coen Brothers.
Oh yeah,
Netflix
that's
movie.
Fantastic. Yeah. I love Tom Waits' character in that.
Yeah. Him being the old gold prospector, which probably is what he is these days, anyways. So
the storyline with Liam Neeson was tragic, man. Oh my god!
I vaguely remember that. Something.
It's like this guy with
like a circus performer.
Yeah, circus performer. He's got like no arms, no legs.
Oh, I don't remember how that ends, but yes, it is tragic.
And how it ends is he finds a chicken. Liam Neeson, basically, he takes the guy with him everywhere, and he's his circus act. And then he finds this chicken that's supposed to be magical that was sold by some shady guy, and he falls for it. And now that he's got a new act and the other one doesn't want to act anymore because he's depressed, Liam Neeson decides to just drown him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's another tragic story in that movie as well, right? With the with the daughter or something, or
Oh,
did they get killed?
yeah,
Did they get like
with the
raided
Native
or something?
Americans.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, because they like hang out on the side of the horse and you don't see him,
Right, yeah.
and he just
It's
pops
slowly
up.
coming back to me.
Whew, crazy stuff. Yeah, we're gonna move on unless you guys have more to talk about Ballad, Buster Scruggs.
I wish I haven't seen it in so long. It's hard for me to even recall much.
Yeah,
of it.
I only
know
watched
James
it-
Franco or something's in it, and he's like getting ready to get hung, and he looks over and he's like, "First time, huh?" You know?
Yeah, that became a meme.
Yeah,
Sure did.
yeah.
Yeah, I only watched it once back in 2018 when it first came out, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hazy.
Yeah,
Right.
same here.
Oh, sorry, just had to get a drink of water there.
How dare you?
So this next movie is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite movie of this year. And it's actually the only movie, not just movie, but piece of entertainment in general that I like Tyler Perry in. Okay. He plays Colin Powell in the movie Vice.
Oh, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. Yeah.
Adam
I never saw
McKay.
it.
Yeah.
Adam McKay, he does like Don't Look Up, Big Short, Step Brothers, Anchorman, all that stuff. He's also the executive producer for like Succession. Has Christian Bale as Dick Cheney, Steve Carell as Donald Rumsfeld, and like Tyler Perry as Colin Powell, Sam Rockwell as George Bush. Jesse Plemons is even in this movie. Todd from Breaking Bad. This movie is great, man. Their method acting is on par. It's incredible.
Very good. I've seen it a couple of times. I mean, Christian Bale's impression of Dick Cheney is spot on.
Insane.
It's creepy how good it is. He's such a fantastic actor, and so is Sam Rockwell. His George Bush, is again real good. It's the whole thing. That whole movie is really worth watching. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That would be one of my picks as well.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, again, like I said, it's doing this movie thing. It's made me want to watch these movies, especially like going out and finding like, oh, that movie came out in 20. I love that movie, And it's surprisingly enough that Vice didn't get the best reviews. I mean, it got like a 7 out of 10 and like IMDb, which isn't
really
like to me. I would definitely rate it higher than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got like a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that.
I wonder
It's
why.
like, no way, man.
I think
that people just thought, well, I kind of looked into it, and some of the people thought that the story was boring. I guess the dialogue was boring or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't think that.
If anything, I would just blame Tyler Perry, but yeah. All right.
Right. I know. That's
all his
exactly
fault,
what I was thinking. I was like, it might just be Tyler Perry. So this is the last one here. My final personal pick for 2018 is actually a horror film, Hereditary. Have you guys seen Hereditary?
Oh yeah.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah,
Really?
I loved this movie, man. I thought it was great. It
Yes,
was like a breath of fresh air when it came to like your typical horror tropes. And I thought that they really thought outside the box with this movie. And at the end just takes you for a ride, man.
Yeah, fucking hail Paimon.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. I highly, highly recommend it. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
I usually watch it around Halloween. It's definitely one of the horror films that I just have to watch.
It's good atmospheric horror. It reminded me a lot of The Shining. That had even like the tracking shots, like the slow shots that go like through the house.
Oh yeah.
And it's because the mother like does the dollhouses. So some of the shots are like the house itself is a dollhouse because it goes like through the camera like almost like goes like past walls. It like it shouldn't be able to do that, but it's like, it's like they cut the house open. It's like it's a dollhouse. There's a lot of neat little things.
Yeah, there's actually a really cool thing. I think I watched something a long time ago that talked about how they managed to do shots like that with the house. Like the whole movie was surrounded around that house. Like the house was, the big thing, right? So like they were
Remember
so. What's that?
Oh,
no,
it just randomly came to me like around some shots of like outside the house. You see like a bunch of like random naked people just standing.
Oh yeah,
and it's really quick. You just like barely notice it. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
it cuts away really quick.
Yeah. So Chris, or Hersafat never seen Hereditary?
No, I never saw it. Never saw it. It's one of those movies where I just have to be in the right mood. It's not that it's bad or anything, or I would think it's bad. I imagine I'll like it once I watch it, but I don't know. It's like a lot of things. I didn't watch Castaway, for
right
20 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I finally did. So, I'll get to it eventually.
Well,
definitely.
The season's coming up.
Yeah.
If not now, really.
If not now, when? Right. I agree. All right.
Oh yeah. So now since I just final personal pick there with Hereditary, we'll be moving into the worst movies of 2018,
which feels like almost up until recently what we've been doing. Not with your personal picks, but
the top 10 grossing films. Yeah, so that's actually made it a little difficult to find some bad movies. But once I started really digging, I found some really bad movies. And for example, you guys might not agree with me, but my first pick would be Ready Player One. I didn't mind the movie the first time I saw it, but I gave it a rewatch literally like, I don't know, a couple months ago. And this movie really sucks. Holy shit.
I never bothered to watch
Ready Player One. Yeah. Holy fuck.
It looked like that reference, the movie?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Did you see this piece of pop culture, the movie?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you like Godzilla?
Oh, Godzilla!
Do you like The Shining? Do you like? Yeah,
I've seen that movie once.
Super Mario's jumping on top of Godzilla.
Right? Do you like the Iron Giant?
He's in there.
He's there too. Oh man! So another terrible film. Unless you guys have something else to say about Ready.
I was gonna say I've only watched it once.
Right.
So I would probably have to go back and rewatch it because I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was anything amazing.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of like, okay. I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. But I forget the plot twist or like, because you're supposed to play this race or this game. And then he discovers
mentioned that
I think it's going backwards.
Yep.
Right.
And that's
all it is.
Which
is
how many people
nobody's ever done that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even on accident.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
All right, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, no, great. I'm glad you brought that up because that is exactly. I mean, it's early in the movie too, and it's just a great like. Okay, this is how the rest of the movie is going to be, and that's exactly what it is. So, don't ever watch that. Don't ever watch Ready Player One. Another terrible film of 2018. We have Halloween. Very, very forgettable film. Holy shit!
Not the Rob Zombie one.
No, not the Rob Zombie one. That one came out in like 2006, dude.
This is the David Gordon Green one or whatever, or what's his name?
It's the one. Yeah, it's the one where she finally, quote unquote, finally kills him. Right? That's with the Tommy Lee Jones, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I can see I get those two mixed up.
Tommy Lee Jones, yeah, right.
Get out of here, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Oh man.
Yeah, she locks him. Jamie Lee Curtis is like an old crazy lady. Like a what do you call those people? People who like stock up on supplies and have like a doomsday fucking. A doomsday prepper, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly.
Except she's prepping for Michael Myers to come back, and then she ends up like throwing him in like this fireproof basement and burn him alive in it at the end.
Right.
Of course, he comes back in the next one.
Right, because they tried that in the second one. And it didn't
Yep.
work.
Yep. It never works.
Loomis
gotta
fucking
keep
blew him
trying.
up.
Yep. And he came back.
Yeah.
Just got to keep trying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, yeah. Unless you guys have any more to say about that crap.
No, it was. Yeah.
I never watched it.
More crap from the beaten horse that's been dead since 1983. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Holy shit! You know what I hated the most about that movie?
I never watched it.
You know, I watched it once, and it was enough, and it was a struggle to get through it the first time. What I probably hated the most about that movie is his name's Han. His name's Han. Han. The first 20 minutes of the movie, Han, and he's got to get off the planet, and the person is like, "So, are you flying, Han? Are you flying with someone? Or are you flying solo, Han solo?" So that's where it gets from. Yeah. That he was flying solo.
Yeah.
Flying solo. I'm flying solo.
Yeah. I've always wanted to know how he got that name.
Yeah.
And now we know.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Completely underwhelming. It's like a 50-year secret. It's just like, that should just stay a secret.
It was never a secret to begin with. That was just his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Why did that have to be anything?
Right.
I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess
stupid.
It's almost like they got really fucking high and drunk or something, and they were like writing it. How did he get there's a lot of solos in the universe then? It's like a Mr. Solo. Like, we never hear anybody else's last name is Solo. How did he get the last name Solo? Fuck, maybe he was gonna fly somewhere, but he flew solo. That's hilarious. Put it in.
Right.
Yeah. That's
I mean, you're probably not too far off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's actual live recording
of the event. Oh,
yeah, and those guys made millions and millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much.
So,
I never.
Next movie for terrible films of 2018, The First Purge.
Is that like a prequel?
I guess. I don't even know if it's.
I
the
never
third
saw
or fourth movie,
the original, or any of the Purge movies. I never wanted to.
Nope, not me neither.
It just seemed
I
like
watched the first one, and
so bad.
Yeah, I find it odd that once there's no laws, all people do is kill each other.
Right.
It's an insult to our integrity as a human being.
It's like, wouldn't you just go like rob a bank or something, or
is it really
drive on the
result
wrong side of the road,
in murder?
I don't know.
Well, is it not that it's allowed, but it's encouraged to get that shit out? I think that's the kind of the idea, but that's kind of selling everyone, a lot of people short, that they have that much anger, and to get it out, the best way they can do is kill and murder and torture people. Get out of here. You ever heard of running or jogging or exercising or playing sports or doing something physical like swimming or I don't know, anything else? Why does it have to be
I don't
murder?
know. But to me, like if the purge happened, it's like, man, killing someone, that's a lot of work,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just go like steal from an ATM or something.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. At that point, just rob, take what you can use tomorrow.
Do victimless crimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commit victimless crimes, So another terrible film of 2018, actually one of the worst films of 2018, Gotti.
Oh God, with
Travolta?
Travolta, that's got to be the worst of 2018.
Right.
That's like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well,
that is one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah, right. It's a bad one, right? But this is probably personal. This is pretty personal.
These are,
these are my personal, worst films ever, right? Gotti,
or at least of 2018.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, 2018, but Gotti might be ever. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, terrible movie. Have you seen it though?
I
haven't seen it.
I've seen a number of clips over how bad it is, because I got like on this like algorithm on YouTube where it's like terrible movie scenes, and it's like, hey, there's a bunch of from Gotti. It's almost like the entire thing. It's just terrible. Like, I don't know, John Travolta, whatever acting chops he had, he threw out the window. I mean, he's now been responsible for Gotti and now Battlefield Earth. That's two horrific movies. I just think.
Oh yeah.
Lord Zeno he needs to get his thetans checked. He needs to go back and just get that cleaned out. That would be my suggestion to Travolta. Get those thetans
100%.
checked out. Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. He might actually be the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard.
If only he
For all
could
we
clear
know.
out those thetans.
Yeah. Brad, do you got anything to say about Gotti?
I have.
Of course he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Have to
No.
No, he doesn't have to.
Just
say
that I gotta go see it.
Fuck off. Time out. We're timing him out. Time him out.
If you could reach out your hand, that would.
Oh my god. There's gonna be a smacking sound that I'm gonna record. It's gonna be that's it. I'm gonna use it for these sort of things. How dare you? How dare you?
All right, I'll go sit in the corner.
There's one more film. Well, There's one more movie left. I think this is worse than Gotti, and I know it's a stretch, but I swear to you, you will both agree. The absolute worst film of 2018, possibly ever. It's so bad that it makes the previous mentioned bad films look a little bit more like Oscar award-winning movies, right? I know it's low-hanging fruit, because I know Brad's mentioned that, in earlier podcasts that these kinds of things are low-hanging fruit, but I really can't make an honest list of terrible films without adding this complete catastrophe. And this movie is I Can Only Imagine.
Yeah.
Only imagine.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's bad. That's a bad movie. It's based off that song, I Can Only Imagine, where he talks about, will I dance for you, Jesus? Like, I don't know why Jesus is making him dance like a stripper or something. I don't know what's going on there. Where he just won't stop, like, dance, punk, like he's Jack Palance, shooting a gun. Have you seen it, Brad?
No, I haven't. I just looked it up. It's a Christian movie. Okay.
Right. Okay. So bad.
Oh, okay. It's a movie about the song.
Yeah,
like the story of the song.
Right.
Okay.
It is so corny. It is so cheesy and devoid of any soul, which is so fucking ironic in a way. It's all about saving your soul, and stuff. Yeah, it's like kind of an underlining thing about it, but that it's so fucking soulless. It is. It's just. It's almost a miraculous, borderline, not actually a miracle, but borderline miraculous. It's so fucking stupid and bad. Like the guy that's, I think the main, I don't remember who he is. I don't remember. He's never acted in another thing in his life.
Right.
He just, he starts singing one time over a microphone, and someone in an auditorium, someone stumbles upon him singing it. She's like, you got a voice from God. You need to cherish that. You need to spread that joy with the world. And his dad is like this typical prick father who doesn't like him and doesn't care for anything he does. And he's just an asshole until he sings the song, and he hears him sing the song, and he comes to his senses. And he's like, I was wrong, my son. You are a gift from God. Just like
his heart grew 3 sizes.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're selling me on this movie. It sounds pretty
we watched it for a terrible movie night, and it might have been, was it your choice, Nick, or was it mine?
You guys always seem to pick Christian movies.
That's true, because the last movie we watched was what was the last one you watched?
It was Left Behind 2. Right?
Trials and Tribulation.
Movie, Trials and Tribulation.
Yeah.
Left Behind 2 had Trevette in it.
It's just guaranteed for a good laugh, Brad. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
All right, that's a terrible movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say that will then conclude the movies of 2018.
Yay! All right, thank you, Nick. Thank you. So that was for the new for not new listeners, for longtime listeners. Decided to switch it up a bit. If you didn't notice, we had Nick hosting the movies. We'll probably switch it up every podcast now, just to lighten load here for me a bit. So thank you, Nick. That was excellent job there. Good stuff. Good stuff. And we will now move on to the next section of our podcast, the music section, the music of 2018.
Man, it's the music of the 2010s. I'm gonna listen till I can't no more.
So, a selection of albums that went number 1 in 2018. First up, we have Eminem with Kamikaze. Anyone listen to Kamikaze?
No, I didn't listen to. I saw someone steal it when I worked at Target. Someone's
he stole the album cover.
No, well, he did from Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys. Yep.
Yeah.
You saw something.
And someone actually stole the album itself. Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing it on the shelf behind some stuff. It's just like, what's this? And it's an empty CD case torn to shreds, the disc missing. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's all I know of that album.
All right. Yeah. What's some singles on that album? Was there anything known? Like,
I'm sure there were. I didn't bother to look any of it up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
was I supposed to really research this shit?
It's no, I was discretion. I never do.
Yeah.
Unless I already know a couple songs off said album, you know.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I just didn't know.
It's all right. Most of the time, you kind of know us pretty well here. You pretty can kind of figure what we would know and we wouldn't know, and
that's true.
Well, coming up next, we have Post Malone. We know that guy. Beer bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah, can you guys tell me what a single was from that album then?
Nope. We got to get through this.
Okay, sorry.
Lil Wayne and The Carter 5.
It's the fifth one?
It's the fifth The Carter. Yeah. I assume so.
Just lazy album
maybe it's like a whole like concept. It's like an ever telling story.
It's like Burnt Cookies, 5. Volume 1 and 2.
Yes, exactly. And now we have Travis Scott with Astro World. The name reminds me of Astro Lounge from Smash Mouth.
Oh no, that's a good
album.
Is platinum.
But Astro World, who knows? Coming up next,
probably not.
We've got Drake. We all know Drake. His album Scorpion is the album.
What's the name?
Scorpion.
Ah, okay. Hey, guess what?
What?
I can hear myself now.
How the hell did that happen?
My whole system just shut off. It randomly just shut off. I don't know why. It's plugged into my laptop. I'm gonna edit all this out, so don't worry. But
you don't got it.
Yeah, it's
so. No, man, you can't edit this out. I'm on a roll here. And I think maybe we will have to edit this out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he's yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Should probably not continue until he comes back.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's so much echo.
Yeah, he fell in a. Chris has fallen into a pit, gentlemen.
Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, he is in
He's
a
in
pit.
A well.
Now.
He's trapped in a well. If you
Chris, I'm gonna throw a rope down. Do you see the light? Look up above. There should be a light. We need you to crawl up. God damn it.
If you've ever been trapped in a well, please email us at historywithhersafat@gmail.com.
A podcast
That's,
well.
historywithhersafat@gmail.com if you've ever been trapped in a well.
I hope he leaves some of this in. All right, well, now that we got time, let's see. Who is Travis Scott anyways?
Why? But my it's dying.
Oh.
My
Oh shit. Oh really?
And another top album, we have Drake with his album Scorpion. We all know Drake, right?
Yeah, the kid from Degrassi.
Yeah.
Isn't he a pedophile too, or something like that?
Oh yeah. He tried to go after the girl from Stranger Things.
11?
No, she was like 15 at the time.
What? That's funny.
That's so stupid.
Anyways, we have nothing to say about that. How about Justin Timberlake, Man of the Woods? You mentioned that earlier.
You talked about that already.
Yeah, but I already had the list prepared. So
yeah, go ahead. No, you're good.
That's true.
Yeah, Man of the Woods. It's him trying to rip off like folk music. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, that was. I mean, not only that, it was like what that
he is not a man of the woods.
Yeah, but like the fad died in 2014 or something.
Oh yeah, the whole like folk music fad.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Taylor Swift did something similar.
Folklore.
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
All right.
And the last top album I chose was Bon Jovi. This house is not for sale. He's keeping that house and making his, fucking elderly man rock music.
Does your mom like that album?
I don't think she's ever listened to it. I'm pretty sure she sticks to the 80s stuff.
Okay. You should get her it for Christmas. Good album.
I should, yeah.
Yeah, this home's not for sale.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
all our Bon Jovi merchandise system.
Yeah, but the CD's for sale. Make sure you buy that.
Right.
But not the house.
No way. Doesn't he build houses in New Jersey or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Did we watch a music video of him building houses in New Jersey for a previous episode?
Who says you can't go home?
Oh, no.
He's all about houses and homes and selling houses and building houses.
Who says you can't go home? Sorry, go on.
All right. Let's move on to some top songs of 2018.
All right.
And I promise these are not AI generated, although a lot of them sound like they're AI generated. I got a couple from Imagine Dragons. That's a great band.
Awesome.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
Lightning and the thunder.
And
then it pitches up. Then it does the pitch up thing. The thunder.
Oh yeah, like thunder. The thunder.
That's higher pitched than that.
The thunder.
All right. And also a Believer. You wake me up, believer. Believer. Oh my god.
This is a nightmare. You should not give me this button. This is too easy.
Yeah, so
Chris
but this sounds really deep, man. I mean, just really bad. Sorry. All
right. Anyways,
I remember this.
Imagine Dragons sucks. So that's all I have to say.
That's the gist of what I'm saying.
We have Post Malone, Better Now.
Nice. Hell yeah, he's better now than he was before.
I am not better now having listened to that song.
You've listened to it? I don't even. What's that even sound like?
I listened to a bit of it, and it's just, I don't know. We have Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams. Once again, not AI generated. Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams. Also have Drake, Nice for What?
Huh.
All right.
It's not a question. It's just nice for what? So maybe he's being nice and he wants something in return.
For what?
Yeah, nice for what?
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
Yeah.
We got Maroon 5, everyone's favorite, featuring Cardi B, Girls Like You.
Holy shit.
Right on. Where's Aaron when we need him?
He probably knows that
terrible.
one.
Yeah. No,
I didn't listen to it, but I was gonna pick the lyrics. But I didn't choose those because we've already had like sexually explicit lyrics.
It's like every one
a different direction. Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember what the last one we did was? Even because it's 6 months ago.
I can't remember.
It's every day, bro. England is my city. All right, go on.
Oh yeah.
No.
We have another Drake song, "In My Feelings."
Fuck me, man. Fuck this fucking dude.
Yeah,
I don't know that one either. I don't know.
Well, you'll know this one. Zed, Maren Morris, and Gray, and the song is called "The Middle."
Like the Jimmy Eat World?
I don't believe so.
Oh no!
Try again.
The Middle.
I don't know. It's just called "The Middle."
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh hey, how about Cardi B? She's back.
Oh,
Cardi B, Bad Bunny, and J Balvin. I like it.
Right on.
You enjoy this? You enjoy this? Okay.
These are not AI generated.
That's not. Yeah. Hey, how about Post Malone again? Him and Ty Dolla $ign with "Psycho."
Psycho?
No.
Never even heard of this. None of these songs. I don't know any.
How about another Post Malone song featuring 21 Savage, "Rockstar"?
Nope.
That does ring a bell. I remember that song.
It's not.
Is it a cover
it's not
of
the Nickelback song?
Right.
It's not like that fucking what is that song? Oh, it's the Cypress Hill. So you wanna be a rock superstar?
No, that's a badass song. I doubt this is anything like that.
Coming up in the world, don't trust nobody.
Hey, how about Camila Cabello featuring Young Thug, Havana?
Oh, I hate that song. Fuck that song. It played at Target all the time.
Okay, good. Finally, I got a hit here. Does it have like a spicy Latin beat to it?
Sure
it does, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's AI generated, but it's spicy all the same.
How about Bebe Rexha featuring Florida Georgia Line, meant to be? Yeah, Bebe Rexha.
Baby Rexha?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Huh. Okay. Florida Georgia Line? Okay.
Yeah. How about Perfect by Ed Sheeran?
Oh,
I feel like I've heard that song.
And I found a girl. Oh, wait, no, that's not the other one. What's that one? It doesn't matter. She does perfect. It's like a rip off of like 3 other songs. Something like that.
That is correct.
Yes.
Hey, and Drake's back with God's Plan.
Apparently. Oh my God. No, It's a bad plan if it includes Drake. So there we go.
All right, well, that's it for whatever that was. Top songs. How about worst albums of 2018?
Yeah, why not? Throw it out there. Let's do it.
Lil Xan with Total Xanarchy. Now, this, I listened to some of it. This guy's like, well, he's Lil Xan like Xanax. So he's like mumble rap, trap shit, and he's just like he's fucking on Xanax. It's
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And away we go, and away we go, and away.
The very same.
Like fuzzy wuzzy,
and away we go, and away we go,
and away we go, and away we go.
Okay.
And away we go.
And away we go.
All right. How about this one? I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's XXX Temptation. Is it X Temptation?
Xtaconion or something? Xtacon or something? XCon.
It sounds like it's like a planet or something in a sci-fi universe.
Right.
Xtentation. The album is called Skins. It's more mumble rap bullshit. Sounds like Lil Xan, but higher.
I believe he was killed.
Oh, well, may he rest in peace.
Yes.
Next up, we have this one's I put in
the
because
worst?
it's this is worst.
Okay.
We have Derek Smalls. Now, does anyone know who Derek Smalls is?
No.
He's not a real person. He's the bass player from Spinal Tap, played by Harry Shearer. Came out with an album called Smalls Change: Meditations Upon Aging. It's a parody rock album about getting old. It's kind of funny, but it's also really bad at the same time. So I threw it on worst albums. And now, the duo you would never see coming: Sting and Shaggy.
What?
With an album 44. It's called 44/876.
No, yes, I know about that. We sold that at Target.
Oh, I bet you did. It's like reggae. You know, with Sting singing and then Shaggy doing his signature.
I think I mentioned this album to you.
You may have, probably back then, maybe.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah,
no, that's
good.
hilarious. That's the worst. No one.
Who wanted those two to collaborate? Yeah.
No one asked for. Nobody knew they needed.
Good God!
And turns out they didn't, and that's the reason. Real quick,
it looks like they did an NPR Tiny Desk concert too.
Oh my god! Check that out.
Poor desk.
The
poor tiny desk.
I'm hearing some noise in the background, like like that fuzzy thing that Brad was saying earlier.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything? Okay, maybe it's on me then.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I hear nothing. Nothing.
So whatever that is probably is not getting picked up because I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Shall we
I
continue?
just put on denoise use cancellation.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. We're good.
Okay, so
I just had to re-click
Shaggy.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go on.
All right. Another terrible album, Lil Yachty with Nothing to Prove. Lil Yachty.
Okay.
Like a yacht.
Little Yachty?
Yes, Little
So-
Yachty.
So okay,
It's
so
a little
his
yacht.
name- I was going to say, so it's like a skiff. It's like a rowboat.
A very small yacht. Yeah, it's a dinghy. Yeah,
It's a dinghy, mate.
he is a fucking dinghy.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez. Memories don't die.
Wish this
I have
one
no
did.
I have no
Who?
memory of Tony. No, not Tony. Tory Lanez.
Ah.
Tory. Yeah, no recollection. Imagine Dragons Origins. Where he did 2 of those fucking songs from that album. Shitty ass band. The Chainsmokers. I've heard of them. Sick
yeah, I've
Boy
heard of them too.
is the album.
Yeah, I heard of them.
Now, for some reason, I put Tenacious D Post-Apocalypto on this list. I think it came up on multiple lists, but I never bothered to listen to it. But I guess it's bad.
Huh?
I never listened to
Tenacious
it.
D. Yeah.
I never listened to him.
And last but not least, 6ix9ine. That's the numeral 6 with IX, the numeral 9, INE.
Right.
6ix9ine with Dummy Boy. You ever seen that? You ever seen this guy?
Maybe.
It's like fucking
Oh, yes, yes.
He's got his 69 on his forehead tattooed, and he's got like
Yeah.
rainbow hair and rainbow
Yeah.
teeth. And
Yeah.
what's the deal with that guy?
That's a big question there.
Yeah, I guess
I don't
we
know.
don't have time to get into it.
We don't
I
have
guess.
time for that one. No.
I'm not gonna
Alright.
trying to wrap my head around that shit. No.
Yeah, the rainbow fellow. I think he ratted on some people and went to prison or got a lighter sentence because he ratted
Oh,
on a
wait.
bunch of gangster people.
I have a
And
vague
now-
recollection of a video of him getting his ass kicked at an airport for, I think, doing something like that, ratting out on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's within the realm of possibility. I mean, who knows? Might never happen, but I mean, he doesn't seem to put himself in a good spot there. It just takes one person with a gun, and that's it.
Right.
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to be. He seems less than reputable.
Yeah, that was my impression.
Oh no,
as
no,
well.
I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him making my cheeseburger. That's for sure. At Burger King or wherever he should be working.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, come on now. That's an insult to those at
Like,
Burger King.
yeah. God damn it.
Well, at this point, Nick, it's going to be hard to choose a place that you haven't worked at. If that's what we're going on here.
Yeah, it wasn't a
true, yeah.
personal insult towards you, Nick. I was just trying to think of just
No, I got you.
All right.
Well, anyways, let's move on to worst songs of 2018.
That wasn't it.
Ugh.
I honestly thought that was it. Not even kidding you. I thought that was it.
Those were albums. We gotta do songs now.
Holy hell. Okay.
Go
ahead.
Eminem with Fall, which I listened to. It wasn't that bad, but it was on like 3 different lists for worst songs, so I threw it on there.
Gotcha.
And, we have Greta Van Fleet. You ever listen to these guys?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lover Lever is the name of the song.
Gotcha.
These guys fucking suck. Like, if they were just a Led Zeppelin tribute band, I'd probably go see them because they
Yeah.
sound exactly like Led Zeppelin to a T, except worse.
Yes.
Like just generic Led Zeppelin.
Right.
Just trying to rip them off. So
Like
yeah.
Led Zeppelin
Led
at
Zeppelin.
home.
Yeah, we have Led Zeppelin at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got Kanye West and Lil Pump. I love it. I don't love it.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that your opinion? Because I thought these were the worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say.
No, I'm sorry, I'm confusing you guys. That is the name of the song. How about DJ Snake, Tacky Tacky, with Selena Gomez, Ozuna, and Cardi B.
God damn it, Cardi B there
Tacky
again.
Tacky. Yep.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
How about Zayn? Zayn, Zayn. Let Me.
Okay. What's the name of the album song?
Let Me.
Let
I don't
Me.
know. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Did you listen to it?
No. I didn't listen to all this stuff.
Oh, good God.
Maroon 5, Girls Like You, featuring Cardi B.
Oh, another one? Jesus Christ. We need Aaron. We need Aaron to call in.
He would know all this stuff.
Yeah.
We got Justin Timberlake, The Hard Stuff. Which it's from that Man of the Woods album. It's just him trying to be folky. It's just so generic. How about Bella Thorne with Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne?
Song of the year. Is that the lyrics? Please tell me those are the lyrics. That's a lyric song.
I'm sure it's some of the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
Then we have 6ix9ine with Fifi featuring Nicki Minaj and Murda Beats.
Murda Beats.
Murda Beats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm old. That's it. I'm old. This is it. I've reached the hill. I don't know any of this.
Last one. Post Malone, Psycho.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Never heard that one. Don't know. Don't have a clue. This has been a lot of nobody has any idea. Yeah. I remember saying this at the beginning of the decade, that the further the decade gets, it's going to be really, really difficult.
Yeah, it really has. Yep. It really is. Just wait till 2019.
I completely checked out from like 2016 on. It's like, that's it. I've had it. Yeah.
Next year, I am just going to have Chat GDP fucking make up a bunch of songs and bands, and it would work.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can tell the difference.
All right.
Is that it?
Right.
Yes, that's it. We're going to move on.
Lyrics?
Yes, we're going to move on to some spoken lyrics. This is an excerpt from the song Lift Yourself by Kanye West. And I quote, "Poopy de scoop, scoop dee dee whoop, whoop de scoop de poop, poop de scoopty, scoopty whoop, whoopity scoop, whoop poop, poop diddy whoop scoop, poop poop, scoop diddy whoop, whoop diddy scoop, whoop diddy scoop poop." Thank you. That is it.
I think we all know. I think we're all thinking the same thing, right? It's Dr. fucking Seuss.
No, the song has like normal lyrics up until the end where I don't even know. I mean, you heard me. I read that exactly. I listened to the song too, and that's exactly how he says it. Poopy de scoop.
Oh my God.
And I did look into some context, but we're just gonna leave it out of context because it's just insanity. Even the context doesn't make sense. Actually, he was supposed to be like dissing. It was supposed to be like a diss thing towards Drake. I don't know if he's like making fun of Drake's lyrical ability. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look too far into it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's not. Yeah, it's a poor try to try and insult someone, and the fact that people can't tell, even if that is, what the case is or not. Poop diddy scoop. It kind of sounds like the bop she bop. Who put the bop in the bop she bop? Poopity scoop it a doopity doop.
Oh, it's all, that's pretty cool. But the way he raps it or whatever is pretty much exactly how I did it. It's just spoken. There's no
I'd like
rhythm
to see
to
that
it or
written
anything.
out, and I'll make that like the tag of the thumbnail.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
have
gonna have that
right here.
Poopity shoopa loopa doopa doop. That's terrible. Holy hell! All right.
And then I have. No, that's it for that. I have a couple album picks.
Oh, okay. I like this. It's a nice little twist.
Yeah, I just did not listen to much music from 2018. I'm sure there's other really good albums, but the only ones I've listened to that I thought were really good. We have Daughters with "You Won't Get What You Want." Now it's like noise rock, really bleak, heavy, kind of disturbing music.
Yeah,
and I thought it was really good. They were like I think they started off as like a punk band, and then they got really like harsh and experimental with their sound. So
gotcha.
It's good. I really recommend it. Next we have Sleep, the Sciences. Sleep is I think like a legendary like stoner rock doom metal band. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're the ones with Dope Smoker, right? Yeah. They made the song Dope Smoker, which is an hour and 3 minutes long. And it's just like the whole time.
Thank you.
But the Sciences it's a little more it doesn't have any hour-long songs on it. It's just some like nice, slow, sludgy, get high, listen to metal music. Next up, I have Low with Double Negative.
Okay.
You guys ever heard of the band Low? They're like a husband and wife. Well,
like Rob Lowe?
Low Rider?
No.
Low Rider?
Yes, yes, that's it, exactly. Very like minimal. Well, they start off like just like minimal. I looked up their genre. They're considered slowcore, whatever that is.
Huh.
But it's just like very minimal arrangements, and they both sing. The husband and wife both sing, and a lot of it's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
This Double Negative album, they're like way more into like electronic. It kind of reminded me of like Radiohead when they went electronic. It's kind of like that same kind of thing.
Interesting.
A lot of like static, weird noises, and their voices like come in and out. Like, Rick Beato had a video about Low a few years ago because I forget her name, but she died from cancer. So,
oh really?
Rick Beato made a video, and he went through like a few of their songs. I'm like, oh, this is really, really good shit. So I started listening to them, and yeah, I highly recommend Double Negative. And they have quite a few albums with a lot of different like some of it's just like acoustic, and some of it's like really loud electronic stuff.
Okay.
But it's all really good.
Interesting. Yeah.
My last pick is the 40th anniversary edition of Hemispheres by Rush.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good. It's remastered, and then the other disc is like a whole live set from that era. I mean, it's Rush. You know,
yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm not going to get into it because
you'll never get out of it.
Well, whenever we get to 1978, I can talk about the album when it actually came out.
Yeah, that sounds a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
And with that, that's all I got for music.
That's it. All right, thanks, Brad.
Thank you. Thanks for putting up with that.
No, thank you for putting in the effort to even look any of that up. Honestly, it helps me out because it's a slog.
It makes me feel for you, man. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you.
Yep.
Like you would listen to all this kind of music. Just
I check it out. Typically, you know, if I was like, well, that's gonna be the worst song, well, I'll listen to it, and then I'll be like, oh god, that's terrible. So, yeah. And I would do all the lyrics of one song. I like yours. It's much more, concise.
Well, like I said, most of the song was just like normal, whatever, and then
the poopy to doop doop.
Yeah, and then that comes out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, I'm just picking that.
That's good. No, that's good. Thank you. All right. We will now move into the next section of the podcast, our TV section with the TV shows of 2018. And for the TV shows that debuted in the year 2018, we have The Good Place with Ted Danson and someone else. I don't remember who. Can't think of her name. The cool twist about that is you think the entire first season that the main character in the show has she's died. That's where you start, and you think she's in heaven, and then you come to find out, no, she's in hell. By the end of the season, there's a big twist, and you find out that she's in hell. So, I've heard nothing but good things about The Good Place, and it's one of those shows like Hereditary or like otherwise it's a movie, but it's one of those things I will check out eventually. I've heard good things. It's enough for me to actually give it a shot. Another TV. I'm assuming you guys haven't seen that, The Good Place.
No.
Nope.
Heard about it. Never seen it.
All right, we'll move on to another TV show that debuted in the year 2018. The TV show I Love You, America. We talked about it, Sacha Baron Cohen. Because he can't do Borat anymore, so he has to do a bunch of different characters. And I think one of the more disturbing ones is he goes to a father-daughter dance in like Texas, and like he's like talking to this guy who's like pawning off this girl for like his little daughter, like she's like 10, 11 years old, to like some old white dude or something. And it's really fucking weird. It's disturbing. There's a lot of disturbing things in I Love You, America. Now, sure, he puts a lot of, I think probably the biggest takeaway from that was Rudy Giuliani when he got that was Borat 2, right?
Yeah, I think that was Borat 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind. But no, yeah.
I Love You, America? That's what it's called?
I apologize. Who is America, is it? I Love You, America is Sarah Silverman.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's where she goes around and talks to people from the South, from the East, from the West, from the North, and gets perspective on their lives. And if you like that sort of thing. Apparently it's a highly rated show. Apparently I've never seen an episode, so it was number 2. I have one show for certain, which is a phenomenal show. I have a couple other, but most of these TV shows are no good. So we're kind of in the same vein with music and movies. However, this next show I've heard nothing but good things. Another one of those that I want to check out. The TV show Barry debuted in 2018. Barry, about I believe he's a serial killer, played by what's his name? Very funny guy from SNL.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, right? Bill Hader. Mm-hmm. Very good. I heard
Henry Winkler's in there too.
Yep,
right?
Henry Winkler. Yep.
Okay.
I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I still have yet to check it out, but I intend to. Have you ever seen it, Brad?
No. I have also heard good things though.
Nope. Same.
Nope.
Never seen it. Heard good things. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move through the rest of these, and then we're just going to go with the big one. The next show is Who is America, which we were just talking about.
Right.
Did you ever watch that, Brad?
No.
No.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, it's
so funny.
Funny and disturbing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another TV show that debuted in 2018, the show Castle Rock. Was on Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Castle Rock.
That's right.
I liked it. I liked the first season. It was interesting. I wasn't sure exactly. There was a few Stephen King things. I like the twist at the end where they talk about the Overlook Hotel, and you're like thinking, oh shit, they're gonna do like a Shining thing. But obviously season 2 was about Annie from what's the name of that? Misery. Yeah, Misery. Yep.
Annie Wilkes. Yeah.
Annie Wilkes. Yep, from Misery. So, that was a really good show. Go on.
Yeah, the guy that plays Mickey Doyle in Boardwalk Empire is in that show, and he gets killed with an ice cream scooper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he lasted like the entire time in Boardwalk Empire. I think he never died, actually.
Yeah, he didn't die. Yeah, he was one of them that lasted to the end.
I think he just goes on living. I just love that line. It's like, how are you still alive? And even he's not sure. So, Castle Rock, if you're a fan of Stephen King and you enjoy his universe, and there's a lot of callbacks, there's a lot of Easter eggs to his novels, movies, TV shows, stuff like that. So it's really good. I only think there's only 2 seasons, and it hasn't had another one. So, yep. All right, another TV show that came out in 2018, the TV show Altered Carbon. Kind of heard about that show a few times. I never watched it. I figured you guys haven't either, so move on.
Nope.
Another TV show that debuted in 2018, AP Bio. Now that stars Glenn Howard, I think, from It's Always Sunny, and Pat Oswalt, I believe. It has 2 funny people, but I don't know if it's any good. So, but it's definitely a show that debuted in 2018. There's a lot that I've never even heard of. But at least I've heard of these. That's the barometer.
Right.
That's the bar I'm reaching here. I've at least heard of it. That's it. Another TV show that debuted in 2018, Evil Genius: The True Story of America's Most Diabolical Bank Heist. I believe that debuted on Netflix. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the one where guy's got like a time bomb around his neck.
Oh wow, yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I watched that when it came out.
Did you like it?
Yes.
You don't even remember anything from it?
Nothing. I know the guy. I mean, I know the guy dies. Yeah, it was some lady's the one who like concocted the whole scheme.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember it being really good, but yeah, it's been a few years since I've watched it.
Gotcha. Nick, did you ever watch it?
No, I never watched it.
Okay. Oh, we got two more here. The next show, Sharp Objects, debuted in 2018. Sharp Objects.
Okay.
Yep. And the last one, and this is with me even like working in entertainment, like selling DVDs, Blu-rays, and that sort of thing, for like 11 years almost. And I was working there in 2018, and I remember Sharp Objects. I remember that one. Most of these, I was like, what? I wouldn't remember that anyway. Anyway, the last one, the best show to debut in 2018, without a doubt, the show Succession. The show Succession. It one of my absolute favorite shows I've come across in the last year and a half, 2 years. Amazing, from beginning to end. Absolutely incredible. Amazingly well written, well acted, directed, shot. There's so many. I mean, there's a 20-minute straight like camera shot of and it's a bunch of moving parts and actors and acting. Everything's moving, and they do it for 20 minutes straight, no cuts. They did that live. It's just crazy. A lot of really good stuff. One of how Breaking Bad has Ozymandias, I believe is the name of the episode. Where that's like a 10 out of 10 IMDb rated. One of the best TV show, one of the best hours of television in television history. Without a doubt, I agree with that. Succession has also joined that rank. They have their own 10 out of 10 episode. It comes in the last season, and it is very, very good. The soundtrack the opening credit, the score is phenomenal. I love it. It's such a good song.
Oh yeah.
Brad doesn't know anything about the show, but he loves that song. That's it.
Yep.
That was the only thing I was going to add to this conversation.
Oh, I'm
sorry. The theme song's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I've never watched it.
Dude, oh man,
it's as good as Breaking Bad. It's as good as Better Call Saul. It's fantastic show. Yeah. I've never steered you wrong when I'm serious about it in that regard. You would love
you have
Succession. Yeah, love it. I can get into what I love about it, but I'll hand it off to Nick here to let him, because I know he loves the show too. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, I just remember you telling me about it, and I gave it a go, and I got hooked from the first episode, and then I just kind of binge watched the show from there on, and like I caught up to the point where like I was at where, everyone was at in the current day, like I was actually waiting for episodes to come out. So it was actually kind of nice. I timed it really well for that. But man, there's so many unbelievably amazing, unforgettable characters. The Greg and Tom dynamic is just unreal. It's so funny.
Greg Tom scenes. I've got a number. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll start.
So there's a
go ahead.
Okay, so Greg and Tom scenes together?
Yeah.
So there's one where Greg's getting food for himself because he's pretty much poor. He's like an intern doing all this stuff for free, basically. And he's getting food from like the office, like the snack area or whatever, and he's using doggy bags, like shit bags, but they're not used. And Tom just like, Greg, are you using doggy bags? And it's just like, yeah, but it's not they're not used. It's like a mind thing,
They don't come pre-pooped.
Yeah, they don't come pre-pooped. Yeah. God, man. There's
I'll put you on the
so
spot.
many.
I'll talk
No,
about
it's
something.
okay.
You can think about things too. I know you have a lot to talk about for this show, so it's not like anything.
Yeah.
I love it when Greg is in the house. He's looking for like files
Yeah.
for Roman, and
Yeah.
Roman wants him to get a sweater for his dad because his dad's in the hospital. And Greg, he like runs into this like giant bell on the table, and it's like this makes this loud noise. He's trying to be quiet, and Greg runs into it, and it's ding, and he just he picks it up real quick, and he sets it down, and then all of a sudden the door opens, and this maid walks in, and he looks at it, he's like, "I'm sorry if my bell summoned you," something like that.
Yeah.
He's such that character he plays. That guy is fantastic at that. He's a unique person. He's awkward, but he stumbles over his words, and he's trying to get stuff out, but he's also he's like I remember when he was talking to Tom, and he's like, so I have these things that I could use, but it wouldn't necessarily be good for you. But I just want to know if it's okay that if I use that you won't do this thing against me. And he's like, "Are you asking if you can blackmail me?"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh God! Oh my God! Roman is fantastic. Kieran Culkin's my favorite Culkin. I think he's a great actor. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the first episode, he's literally he's off his rocker. I think he jacks off onto the window, and then after he's done, he's like, "All right," and he like straightens his tie and opens up the blinds. He's like, "I'm ready for business." It's like, what the hell? No one's oh God, yeah. Shiv, the sister, and I mean the siblings, everyone in that show is fantastic.
Oh yeah,
perfect casting. Perfect casting. God, Ken's rap to Logan.
Oh God.
L to the O to the G. And then Roman's like, please, you have to stop this. You have to stop this.
Yeah.
God.
Right. He puts the mic in his face. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite one. One of my Tom and Greg. They're well, they both. Okay. There's a couple things. So they get called to trial, and Tom is answering questions from the prosecution, from the senators, and they ask him. He's like, "Do you know a Greg something or other? Greg Roy or something?" And he's like, no. And they're like, no. He's like, oh, Greg, as in I know, I know of him. I know him. Yeah, we have here that you sent an email titled, "You can't you can't make an omelet without breaking a few Gregs." It says here, what's that? You can't make an omelet without. You can't make a tomlet without breaking a few Gregs. Yeah, that's it. You can't make a tomlet without breaking a few Gregs. It says here you sent that email 67 times.
And the best is when Greg is on the stand and he's just like, "Is that your name, sir? If you will it, if you want it to be, if you wish it will." like just like all over the yeah. He's like, "Just speak normally, sir."
If it is to be said, then
yeah.
So it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh God. The dad, Logan, he's fantastic. He's a great actor. I've always loved everything he's been in. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a good show. I can't praise it enough. It's one of the best shows I've seen. Really, honestly. I will always recommend it. Always. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Brad, you need to watch it. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
and I'm gonna.
Yeah, it sounds like I do because
it's just fucking hilarious and it's incredible.
What you guys were talking about sounded really funny.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. And Tom and Greg are sitting they're walking. They're in some resort, some getaway, and they're talking to each other. And he's like, "Tom," Greg's saying, "Tom, I got to talk to you, man." And he's like, "What is it, Greg?" And he's like, "So I just got some news that we're actually listening to people when they're watching our stuff." And he's like, "What do you mean we're listening? Like we're kind of spying on them, I guess." What? And he's like, "So maybe we shouldn't go with the 'we hear you' tagline because we're listening because we're actually listening to what they're doing."
I love how they actually go with we here for you.
So we're not hearing it, we're hearing for you. So you don't have to hear. We hear for you.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so
awesome.
fucking funny. I miss that show.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I need
All
to
right.
watch it again.
Yeah. I started watching it again.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't get all the way through. I ran into a couple other shows that just like their new seasons showed up, so I stopped. All right.
Right.
We'll now move on to the top 10 TV shows of 2018 for basic television. Number one TV show of 2018, Sunday Night Football. Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Number two was The Big Bang Theory. Number three, NCIS. Number four was Thursday Night Football. Number five was Young Sheldon. Number six, This Is Us. Number seven, Blue Bloods. Number eight, FBI. I guess that's a show. I didn't realize that, all right. Number nine, The Good Doctor. And number 10, Manifest.
Jesus. Dude,
Manifest.
Oh my God. Talk about absolute brain dead TV shows.
Right?
I think my mom watches The Good Doctor.
It's so stupid.
Is that where the doctor's he's like autistic or something?
Right? Yeah. Basically House with autism.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
There you go. There's a Good Doctor.
All right. We will now move on to the worst TV shows to debut in 2018. We've got The Alec Baldwin Show. Why don't you remember that? Because it didn't last long, because it sucked. Good God. Yes. Another worst TV show to debut. TV show. I don't know why I said it like that. Worst TV show to debut in 2018. The show The Proposal, a reality TV show that I'm struggling to remember now, but the majority of the audience didn't buy the premise by the second episode and stopped watching. And then it hasn't been renewed. So, and the last worst TV show to debut in 2018 was Terrence Howard's Fright Club. Terrence Howard, the 1 + 1 = 4, or whatever, 2 + 2 = 5.
Guy. Oh my God.
He had a type of punked TV show, but it was about scaring people, and like people dressed up in costumes and
like a scare tactics.
Like a scare tactics type. Yeah, exactly, kind of like that. Yep. And it was Terrence Howard's Fright Club. I think the first rule was to never talk about it because word of mouth never spread. No one watched it, and hit my mic. And that was it. No one had I think it was one season, and that was it. So, yeah, yay. Okay, that will do it. That will do it for the TV shows of 2018. Yay. All right. And we will now move into the video game section of the podcast with the video games of 2018.
And now for the video games of 2018. On January 26th for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, we have Monster Hunter World.
Oh my God, excellent.
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk about this on here.
Monster
you put
Hunter
way
World,
more hours into it.
Yeah, well, Monster Hunter World was the very first Monster Hunter game I ever played. And I used the insect glaive because I love hopping around like that. I thought that was a lot of fun. I had absolutely no clue how to play that game. It is not user-friendly. It is not intuitive. It's not. You just have to work it out. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. And it took me forever to realize that the sprays, the little dust things that I shoot at the end of my insect glaive were useful, that they did something. I wasn't even aware.
Right.
I
You
didn't
also
know
pick
how.
the weapon with the highest skill ceiling.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to pick that weapon after you've put in like over 100 hours into the game. It's like,
Yes.
Yeah, you just decided to go hardcore mode immediately.
And unlike most times, it actually eventually ended up working out. Now, I couldn't beat a boss. I didn't know what I was doing. And I remember it was like Diabolos or something like that. And I just stopped playing the game.
Right.
But I loved it. I thought it was great. Then the next Monster Hunter came out. The next Monster Hunter came out. I can't remember the name of it. Rise, I think.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise.
I love that game. Oh my God. I beat the whole game. I beat it twice over. and I got the expansion and I played it a bunch, and I love the insect glaive. It is by far the funnest weapon in the game for me. I like other ones, but man, this one, you feel like you're bouncing all over the place, and if you get good with it, which eventually I did, it's a whole new experience. It's like playing hockey and doing street hockey on feet and jumping under rollerblades.
Right.
Being able to move in that regard, it makes the whole game flow just phenomenal. So yeah, love Monster Hunter. I think they're fantastic. I can't wait for the next one. I'll be playing it
for sure. No, they're fantastic. I love them. I've always had a good time. Very challenging. The visuals are great. I think that the cats are awesome. I fucking love the cats.
Oh yeah, I always do Khaleesi.
Yeah, I do. Of course, I do the Pete as well. So it's great to have your cat geared out with you running around.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brad, have you ever played Monster Hunter World or any of the Monster Hunter games?
No.
All right. Well, definitely recommend it. On July 13th of 2018. Video game that I know that Chris, you'll be able to talk about. Octopath Traveler came out.
Oh my god! Oh
yeah,
this is for me.
Yeah.
All right. Octopath Traveler. Very interesting little tidbit I found out after playing the second one. Every character in the game spell the word octopath if you use the first letter of their name. You know, think about that at the time, but
that's cool.
Yeah. I didn't realize that till the second game, and they were kind of similar like names. I was like, there's someone who begins with an O again. You know, there's someone, there's C, So, but anyway,
right.
just no, the game's the combat is so much fun. It's addicting. Enemies have shields like that, 3 like markers. You don't know what they're weak against, and the idea is to, let's say there's an enemy, it shows up on the screen, it's got a shield on it that has the number 3. Right. And it has 3 boxes under that 3. They're all question marks. You attack someone with a sword, 1 box clears, and that number drops down to 2. You find out it's weak against swords. Then you hit it with fire, nothing happens. You hit it with lightning, another box drops down. You realize, and the number goes down to 1. Oh, it's weak against swords and lightning. So then you figure out a way to combo that. So you'll do like a double attack with your sword. You have like somebody that can do that. So then you'll do 1, and it'll cause the shield to break, which makes the enemy, they can't attack you. They're basically dazed, and you can do some serious damage on them.
Yeah.
Vulnerable. Yeah. So the idea is to work it out strategically, how many hits you have to get everyone broken, so you can use a big attack to kill everyone. So it becomes a test. It's addicting in that regard, because every time it's kind of like a new thing. So
it's very
eventually,
like
though, you
micromanaging.
Yeah. The stories weren't bad. There were some that are really good. There were some that were horrible. There were some that were just okay. The problem that I had with that game is that none of the stories really intertwined. They were all separate. So there was really no reason for all 8 people to be together. They were just there. They're like, hey, I'm going on an adventure. Hey, me too. Hey, you want to walk near me? Sure, why not? That's it. So, yeah.
Right.
I wish they would do something like that. But no, I love the game. I love the visuals. I love the old 16-bit game looking, the kind of like a Stardew Valley.
Sprites.
Sprites, yeah. Love that stuff. 3D rendered sprites, like the 2D sprites. It's really interesting. The music is phenomenal. It's Square Enix game, the company that makes Final Fantasy. So they know their RPGs, and it's really good. Yeah. It's a really charming game. I highly recommend it. It's so much fun, and it can be addictive. It's actually can be kind of difficult too. So if you want a challenge, it's definitely up there. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I have never played it. But I mean, I'm just not too big into those kind of RPGs like you are,
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, just can never get into them. So there's another game on July 24th, 2018 that I feel this game I feel like you both might be able to say something about it. I don't know. No Man's Sky.
Ooh, yeah.
Brad?
Go ahead, Brad.
It definitely had a rocky start, that's for sure. Like you saw all the previews, and it's like all these worlds, like infinite worlds with all these awesome creatures, and then you play the game, it's like, oh, it's all just kind of crappy looking and crappy how it plays. And I did play it for a little bit when it first came out, and it just got really tedious with all the having to find resources and then build things. And I remember the inventory system being kind of weird. And and like all these different planets, but they all kind of look the same with just different like weather or like color palettes and
right.
And I know they've made a lot of progress. Like that, they've definitely added like tons of expansions and more shit you can do. You like build bases now and stuff. And I think I did play it all the way through once, like where you get to like quote unquote the center of the universe or whatever.
Really?
And then, yeah, it doesn't take as long as you think. There's a way you could like kind of bypass a lot of it. But then basically what happens is the game just starts all over. Like that's how they get you.
All right.
And
I see.
And then at some point I got like a save editor, and I just gave myself like the best ships in the game and all sorts of crazy awesome stuff. And then I would just fly around the random planets and name random planets stupid shit, and kill all the creatures. And
you're a tyrant.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, God, why is that every game you're a tyrant, man? Why are you? You're never like just a normal good. In The Sims, you're locking people in basements.
I have to do something fucked up, I guess.
Yeah, you never just take it easy.
Well, I take it easy enough in real life. I get you.
I'm glad it's in video games and not in real life.
I know the difference for the most part. No Man's Sky. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I played it like once or twice. I didn't really care for it. I don't really like those types of games. I don't like a game where I just die standing there because I haven't gotten something or eaten something.
Oh, yeah. You go onto the planet and it's like electrified atmosphere. It's like, well, I can't do anything except die.
Yeah.
The air
die just
and you just die.
There.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, well, once you get over that hump in No Man's Sky, where you like it put you on a planet, you got to find your ship and get it going and all that stuff. Kind of learn the mechanics that way, and honestly, once you get your ship and you get moving around, the game opens up. It's a lot more fun. But I also like the survival games, so not my favorite survival game. I definitely like more realism.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So on August 14th, 2018, this one's honestly just for me. I know for a fact you guys don't know what the hell this is. World of Warcraft's 7th expansion, Battle for Azeroth, was released on August 14th.
Oh my God, yeah, Battle for Azeroth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On August 14th, 2018.
Fantastic.
This is regarded as one of the worst expansions that WoW has released. But the thing is that I actually really liked it. I thought it was great. There's definitely some.
Well, I was wondering why.
Oh, well, there's definitely some things that I don't particularly like about it, and that's mainly what also the community shares the same grievances. And it has a lot to do with like the Azerite armor gear and how they had it set up. It was basically like a little talent tree on a piece of gear. And it was just really annoying, pointless nonsense.
Gotcha.
There's a lot more other things that that players didn't like about it. The story kind of sucked. Actually kind of really sucked. It's just people just it was like the least played expansion, let's just say that. But for me, it was actually an expansion I played a lot of. I played a lot of World of Warcraft in general, but this one I went really balls to the wall crazy with. because I wanted to get flying in the zone. In order to do that, you got to get like exalted with like 8 different factions, and I grinded all that out. It's like I can't get that time back.
Yeah.
You know,
How much time would you estimate that was?
Getting flying, grinding all of that reputation out, getting flying.
How many hours?
Because that consists of all of that. Oh my god. Actual like hours in game. It took me months in real life.
Wow.
But hours spent in game. Probably maybe about 50 to 70 hours, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Long time, dude.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
It takes a long fucking time.
Absolutely.
It's just this consistent every day. You get on, you do this,
Mhm.
you do your dailies, you gain your reputation, and then you know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's kind of what you did. But anyway, I really enjoyed the expansion. It's definitely an expansion that the community at large does not like at all. I really enjoyed it. So other games that I will also mention really quick because I'm going to get on to the worst video game, of course. But I want to mention some other games too before I get there, just in case maybe you guys may have played these games as well. Far Cry 5. Have you guys played any Far Cry 5 at all?
Far Cry 5. Is that the one with Gus from Breaking Bad?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I think it might be.
Oh, Gus from Breaking Bad. Is that what you said? No,
Yeah.
that's the 6th
no, it's
one.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
is
Far
the
Cry
5th one?
6.
Oh, I know. I never played that one though.
Yeah, it's the American one where you're in America somewhere, and it's like about a cult is like the main like enemy basically. It's not a bad game. It's pretty fun. Far Cry games are just a lot of action-packed fun. So another game I wanted to mention, but it's actually interesting because I said that I like the survival games, and I do like realism. This game, I hated this game, Subnautica. I absolutely hated this fucking game.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never bought it. I've been intrigued by it though. I've just never actually gotten it.
Okay.
I've always heard really good things about it though.
Yeah, me too. I just could not get into it. It was just
all right.
It was just grueling, man. I don't know.
I can't swim, so anywhere near the water is terrifying for me, and I couldn't imagine just being under there. You know.
Yeah.
And again, it's like you have to come back to the ship for oxygen. You have to do this. If you just sit here, you'll die. So it's never one of those for me.
It turns into like a horror game from
At
what
one
I've
point, I think,
read. Yeah, like you get way down there and there's monsters or something.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So the other game I wanted to mention before I get to my worst video game, is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Did you guys play this?
Yeah, of course. That came out for the Switch. Yeah. Yep. Came out for the Switch. I bought it when I got my Switch. That was it was Zelda. Was it Breath of the Wild? No, yeah, Breath of the Wild. Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. That was the 3 games that I bought for the Switch, like the actual cartridge. And those were the only 3 games I ever bought for the Switch. I ended up just selling it like 2 years later.
Right.
It's pretty much you get a Switch for those 3 games and then you're done. I don't know. I loved the Smash Brothers games when I was younger. I'm just not as good with them anymore. It takes a lot of effort, time, and it's just not something I want to dedicate any time to, really. I just have fun doing something else. It's kind of like first-person shooters. When you get a certain age, you kind of you lose reaction time.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think you're not as quick.
We're not that old, right? Are we that old?
Well, I would not put my reaction time up against a 19-year-old or a 16-year-old.
Right.
Or something like that.
God damn it, you are right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone half our age.
Yeah. Who hasn't been through the grind. necessarily. Yeah, it's just yeah, it is what it is. That's part of it. That's life. That's life. But no, I thought it was a lot of fun. I only think I ever purchased for it the DLC is so I could get Sephiroth, and then I could play it on the Final Fantasy VII map and hear One Winged Angel.
Nice.
I love that song.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why I got that. Oh, and I got Cloud too. So I got Cloud and Sephiroth. So yeah,
Of course, yeah, you can't have one without the other. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Brad, did you play Smash Brothers Ultimate?
I don't think so. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. They've brought back like every original character and then a bunch of new stuff, like new characters. And it's just like a Smash Brothers games, but basically remastered.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good.
Yeah. So I mean, before we get to the very last, the worst video game, of course, I do want to mention one more, and I honestly don't think I could have made this list without this game. It's honest. I feel like it's on everyone's mind. If everyone thinking about video games of 2018, the listener or even you guys, when you look back and you remember 2018, it's definitely the game that sticks out.
Oh,
and made a huge impact.
Oh yeah,
still does to this day, and that's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if you would even mention it. Like, wait, what?
Yeah,
because I was looking at the release date, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, 2018, but 2019 for Windows. So I thought maybe there was something.
No. I could talk for an hour on this game, but I'll let you talk.
So could
Nick.
I.
Brad,
okay.
you guys talk it out, and then I'll
Sure. In this time in my life, it was a very nice, calming time. I mean, it still is, but like I'll never forget it. Just like the combination of this game and when it came out, because it came out in like October. I got it like the day it came out. Des and I went to Walmart and bought it. And brought it home, installed it, and then it was like this nice fall and crisp, and it was awesome, man. Just like playing this new game, and it was just this awesome feeling. These moments I can't get back, but I'll never forget, and that's what, and Red Dead 2 gave that all to me, basically. It was awesome, man. I zoomed through the campaign. I was just completely enthralled with the campaign, and that I was all about that game for a long, long time. So much so that when online came out, I played that immediately. And I remember that there was basically nothing to do online except for like some stranger missions. So I remember we actually found out that some stuff like hunting and fishing, certain things will make you an outrageous amount of money at the butcher, just selling it to the butcher. And I remember we did that. I would come home from work, I would have a beer, and we would all, my friends and I, and Chris, we would all go Hersafat. We would all go fishing and hunting, and then sell that. And it was just great. It was awesome. It was a great time. But yeah, Brad, anything you gotta say about Red Dead?
Yeah, I didn't play it till it came out on PC, and boy, that game really pushed my PC to the limits.
Yeah,
just beautiful, beautiful open world. It's just so detailed, and just man, I remember just finding like a little canoe and just going down a river. It's just so peaceful. Yeah. And then go over the waterfall and you die. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then, me with video games, you tie people up, put them on the train tracks, see what happens. Remember, I would get on top of the train and just stand on top of the train while it went around the whole map and just like looked at the beautiful scenery. Then the story and all the characters and all the backstabbing, and then Arthur getting a TB, which was a death sentence back then, and
it's
like, well, what was it called? I forget what they called it. exposure or something like that. Is what? No, not exposure.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Consumption.
Yeah.
Because he's like hacking and coughing all the time. He goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Arthur, you got consumption. It's a hell of a way to go." And it's just like, oh my god,
right? Oh man,
then you think back, and it was that Arthur being a shithead, like trying to get money from someone, and the guy hacks blood on him, and that's the point where you catch it.
Yeah,
man, that Arthur was such a fucking awesome character.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of he's a good guy, but he did bad things,
Mm-hmm.
And then that scene.
Yeah, he's a great anti-hero for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kept putting himself down all the time, like, oh, I'm just stupid, but he's actually pretty smart,
Right.
But one scene in particular at the end, I think if you help out that nun in Saint Denis, you end up running into her at the train station before she like leaves to go on her mission or whatever. And Arthur has like this whole conversation with her, and he's like, I've been a bad man, and and he says like something like he's like, mostly I'm afraid. And you can see him tear up, even though it's a video game. It's like the graphics are so well done.
Oh yeah.
Him just admitting that he's afraid to die, and
oh
man, it's just so awesome.
I remember actually like in the story getting to Rhodes and then looking at the map and being like, there's like a whole other thing down here. And it was Saint Denis, and I decided to just travel there without having any missions or anything. I'm not even there in the story. And I just went there, and I'll never forget that. That was awesome. Just exploring Saint Denis for the first time.
Yeah, I always punched out that trumpet player.
I went straight to a vaudeville show, man.
Oh, nice.
And it was awesome. I got to shoot. This guy caught a bullet. Or tried to catch a bullet with his teeth, but I ended up shooting him and killing him. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. That was just one of those like random events that would happen, right?
Yep. If you went,
you always ran into those like just random player encounters, and it's like a whole little thing.
I ran into one actually on my way to Saint Denis as well. There was some stranger that I guess got, I don't know, hurt by like a croc or something. I don't know, somewhere in the marsh, but that's where I found him. But I picked him up. I took him to the doctor, and the doctor cut off I think it was his arm or his leg or something.
Oh wow!
But I recorded it. Yeah, it was crazy. That was a crazy strange.
I never came across that. That's the thing with this game. Like, there's so many different random things. Like, did you come across the UFO cult?
Yeah, I went and saw the UFO. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Just these random little things that are so cool.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. Just excellent.
Yeah, go ahead.
10 out of 10.
Go ahead. Yeah, okay. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay. If I could rate it higher, I would. 100%.
So I would say the Red Dead 2 is top 3 for me, maybe easy. Top 3 favorite game of all time.
Okay. Well.
I remember when I got home, I bought this game again on the day it was released. I bought it from Target because I worked there. I held a copy for myself, even though you're not supposed to. And I got a couple like Rockstar pins because I bought it like the day of or something. We had pins to give away. I took those 2. And then I went home and installed it. And when it finally finished installing, and I got to play it. I agree with Nick. It was like a nice aesthetic to the whole thing. It was a nice chilly autumn day, and you got to go on the first mission. You're in the snow, and it looks incredible. And you're just going through it, and you're just like, man, everything in this game, it's like a fucking movie. And I am just, I had to go to work the next day, so I got to play it for a little bit. But no, I was obsessed. I flew through the campaign. The story with Arthur and Dutch and that gang, that shithead who betrays like everyone, or at least Arthur. It's in Blackwater, I think. Or no, it was in Strawberry. You have to like bust up Micah, that fucking prick Micah. I hated that. Oh my god.
Yeah, you break him out of jail.
Yeah, he got it in the end. Spoiler alert. That the prequel to Red Dead Redemption, obviously. That's John Marston. You see John Marston, but you're not playing as John Marston. You could kind of see what happened transpired before Red Dead. You get to meet like his kid and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, you're like at the barn where where the Red Dead ends, basically.
Yeah. John Marston, you get to play with him as in the epilogue. And so,
Yes.
I mean, that whole thing is basically a farmhand simulation, as Nick was telling me one time, and I agree with him on that one. That whole open world, it was incredible to me. It was basically like a planet that I could just go around and random shit could happen. You'd see wildlife attacking other wildlife, fish jumping out of water, a bear attack, just the craziest stuff in the world. There's caves to get into. You get your lantern, you don't know where you're going to end up. There's just all sorts of crazy things that they've got like just tucked away. I remember there's one cave, there's like a bunch of statues staring at each other, and it's like a whole meaning behind everything. It was so crazy. There's still things that people discover to this day. To this day. I can't remember the name of the guy who shouts out in the town, but he's like, the guy's name is so, God damn it. He's like, blah, blah.
Gavin.
Gavin.
Oh,
Gavin.
yeah.
Gavin.
Yep.
And nobody
you
knows.
keep running across him throughout the whole game.
Who's Gavin?
Yeah.
People apparently have kind of led to clues. I don't think anything's definitive yet, but loved that game. Absolutely loved it. And I could not wait for the online, because the online, to me, that was going to change it. I thought that was going to be fantastic. I am so disappointed with what they ended up doing with it. They just kind of scrapped the whole thing. They kind of barely came up with anything. A few missions, a few different things, some new jobs, professions, but other than that, nothing. Not even remotely close to the amount of effort they put into Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 was just a big money maker, so it makes sense in that regard. But it's a shame. It's a fucking shame, because that game is incredible and it deserved better. It deserved better. But God, when I got to the online, it was already set in stone. My character's name was Cordell Walker.
Yeah.
From Walker, Texas Ranger. And my horse was Dodge Ram 1500. What was the name of my horse? Nick was Trevette.
Yeah.
And we would literally we would cosplay as, basically, we'd role play in a way. Trevette and Walker, Texas Ranger. And we would go on missions, and it was like a Walker, Texas Ranger episode.
Yeah.
It was so funny. It was like, you need to get the bad guys. They've been robbing people, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we can handle that. We just nod our heads and we're all fucking sunset riding on the horse.
It was literally a Western Walker episode when we played together.
Fucking funny.
But
oh my
it's
God.
better. It's great too, because like we actually had like outfits that looked like what they would wear.
Yeah, we cosplay. Yeah, I had my guy
intentionally.
I spent money, real life money, to remake my facial features because I was unhappy with how little it looked like Walker, like Chuck Norris. That online game, we were the Buttercream Gang.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I got everything. I have close to $50,000 in Red Dead, which isn't a lot by a lot of people's standards, but it's a lot by a good many too, because I know a lot of people that don't have anything close to that. I have more money than I know what to do with. I have I think I have 100 gold now or something. I don't know.
Right.
I bought everything. I've done everything.
Yeah.
And I still go back to it. I still play poker with people.
You got all the pamphlets?
I got some ones that I even want to try out. It just so many that I don't even need. I don't care. I would never do anything with.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of like, might as well spend your money.
I guess. Yeah.
If you don't have it, might as well.
Don't have it. But like I said,
buy every clothing item of every color. That's all you can do in that game.
Way. Yeah, I guess
that's all you can do in that game. Yeah, because there's no stables like we all wanted.
Nothing.
There's no cabin or home.
There's no
like
casino gambling boat. There's no bank heists.
Right. Yeah.
There's no anything. There's no train heists. Really.
No train. Yeah.
In that sense, like they do with Grand Theft Auto.
Blood money missions. That's it.
Yeah, and they've
got that. That's where you'll get
like a 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 waves of people.
Right.
You gotta beat that out. I mean, but there's not too much there anymore. I still love that world. I will still go back to that game, and I will still just mosey around because it's still stands up. I love that game.
I actually recently Rockstar, when I logged on maybe a couple months ago, Rockstar gave me a free character change appearance because I had actually changed it back to like, someone that looks a little bit more like me, not Trevette. But when I got that character appearance
just
change
not black.
thing, and I used it, and I went. So I'm Trevette again. So yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, yeah, I could go for hours. Let's just
yeah, for sure.
I'll end it with that.
Yeah, no problem. It's interesting that we that I had that as the one of the games that we ended with when it comes to definitely some of the best games ever, because we're going straight to the worst game of 2018, and this is also a Western. So we've gone from probably the best Western ever made to possibly one of the worst, if not the worst, Western game ever made. It's called Wild West Online.
What the hell is that?
Well, there's a review from thegamer.com that says Wild West Online is an utter embarrassment of a video game, MMO, and a piece of media in general. It is a title so awful it fails to understand basic mechanics of game design. Shooting has no depth, the world is devoid of meaning and substance, and the game's only real appeal is the prospect of an online Western, which you can get in vastly superior Red Dead Online. There is nothing Wild West Online offers that some other game doesn't. It is the exact definition of derivative with no inherent value whatsoever. It's not even worth the trouble of checking out. This is not so bad it's good. It's just bad. And that was a review from thegamer.com.
All right.
So yeah, it's an MMO that is just an embarrassment.
Okay.
Yeah. No, do it.
All right. No, thank you. Well, all right. Well, that'll do it. Good job, guys. Good stuff. We got through it. That was a bit longer. Well, obviously, yeah.
Well,
work on that.
You're probably gonna cut out like 20 minutes.
At least.
Difficulties.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably more. All right. And with that, I hope you enjoyed listening to our conversation and will join us again for another installment of History with Hersafat. Don't forget to hydrate, exercise, and to like and subscribe to the podcast. All of these things are essential for your health and well-being. Take care of yourselves and each other.
You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. Your boyfriend is a dork. Make loving. Girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah.
I don't need no ID cause I'm Bella Thorne. See me on TV a million times before. Been inside the club since I was hella short. Now I'm money type to can't afford.